media handles displayed on your screen for update. The Africa CEO Forum 2026 has kicked off in Kigali, Rwanda. President Tinubu is one of the leaders attending the annual Forum of Private Community, a prime destination for investment and growth. Nigerian Presidential Advisor on Media and Public Communications, Sunday Diary, highlights Nigeria's participation at the forum.
I think the Africa CEO Forum has earned for itself a reputation. Right now, the most consequential business and economic conversation is taking place and will take place right here. And I think that the best person to lead our delegation and also be here is Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has become the reformer-in-chief. President Tinubu will be making in the next 2 days, 48 hours, the strongest pitch of his presidency. He stands on solid ground. 3 years hence, we have seen the president command respect, command global attention because of the structural reforms of our economy and the attempt to expand the productive base of our economy. I think the most important message, which of course is often repeated, is that Nigeria has been structurally reformed. We have economic stability, which is key. The volatility we see in the forest sector and other sectors are gone. Necessary economic infrastructure are being put in place. There is a physical foundation reinforced by physical discipline, and that's what investors look for. There's a friendly environment. Like they say, Nigeria is ready.
And now the federal government, in partnership with cotton, textile and garment producers, are set to create more than 6,000 jobs across farming, aggregation, gaining and logistics. This was at the unveiling of Phase 1 of the CTG Industrial Transformation Program in Abuja by the Minister of State Industry, Benny Adams. Reports.
National data shows Nigeria imports between $5 and $6 billion worth of textiles every year. In a country that has cotton farmers, textile mills, garment factories, and a domestic apparel market estimated between $7 and $10 billion. But this is about to change as Minister of State Industry, John Owen Eno, unveils a revival campaign that seeks to replace imports from textile to finished garment.
May 29, 2023. The president at Eagle Square, when he was sworn in, he committed to a Nigerian industrial policy. February 17, 2026, we delivered on that policy. It was a promise that was made, a promise kept. Mr. President has promised the fact, for example, that he wants to bring back the glory days of cotton textile garment. It's up to us, it's our responsibility to get this to happen. So the value chain activation pilot milestone event that we have today is just the beginning.
For us, we've made commitments to start to finance smaller farmers for this pilot phase activation that Dr. Mr. talked about. And once the fund is available, we will do what we know how to do best.
Last order with supply in, they were close to sending an order to China, but they realized they could just make it here, and that's the value we're creating for the country.
We want support for irrigation, full mechanization, technology. With technology, you are sure of the right quality.
The roadmap from pilot to scale has 4 phases, specifically designed to bring more actors into structured linkages across the chain and scale.
The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Works, signed a memoranda of understanding with 2 construction companies towards ensuring completion of legacy road projects across the country. Kenneth Nanim reports.
This agreement between the federal government and the construction companies illustrates commitment by the current administration towards the provision of basic infrastructural needs of the people, especially the completion of the ongoing 4 legacy projects on road networks across the country. Minister of Works David Umahi describes the road projects as investments that will stimulate economic growth, improve connectivity, and enhance national development and integration, commending the contractors handling the 4 legacy road projects for their professionalism, commitment, and adherence to engineering specifications and timelines. The minister also assures Nigerians of the determination of the Federal Ministry of Works to continue to deliver durable and economically beneficial road projects in line with the renewed hope agenda of the current administration.
We are very happy with what you are doing, and we would like you to also participate in section 1B and 2B that we are already designing, so that the project will be of the same nature like the other 3 legacy projects.
Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The federal government is driving a new 4-year policy framework targeted at stimulating regional competitiveness and improved quality service delivery across the 6 geopolitical zones. This is contained in the National Regional Development Policy 2026 to 2030, released by the Federal Ministry of Regional Development at a technical validation workshop in Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri has details.
The imbalances and peculiar challenges in Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones in the areas of growth, infrastructure, investment and service delivery informed the rationale for this gathering in Port Harcourt to plan for the future. The idea is to help address identified shortcomings and unlock the full economic potential, reduce poverty, and actualize inclusive prosperity across the regions through the various development commissions created by President Bola Tinubu's administration.
This shows that the ministry is ready to work to present a plan for the future of the various regions.
For the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, this dialogue is key to guiding actions towards regional competitiveness and national development.
Regional Development Commission will help when it is effectively implemented, coordinated, and right interventions are put in place.
We want it to be a very holistic policy, so we want to get their input to look at what we put together, make their own suggestions, so that it will be a holistic policy that is owned by the people.
At the end of the validation process, each development regional commission is expected to go back to their various regions. And Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
And to the telecommunications sector, the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has noted recent public concerns regarding the quality of telecommunication services in parts of the country. In a statement, the head public affairs, Nena Ukoha, says the commission recognizes the frustration experienced by consumers when calls drop, internet speed slows down, data services become unstable, or service disruptions affect daily activities. It says over the past 2 years, the agency has intensified monitoring of mobile network operators, internet service providers, and tower companies. In 2025 alone, mobile network operators invested over 2.1 trillion in network infrastructure, while upgrades of tower companies invested an additional 373.8 billion across the sector, among other interventions. And the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation says it has neither approved nor formally conveyed the approval of the allowance to a Joint National Public Service Negotiating Council or any labor union. It explained that the statutory responsibility for the issuance and communication of such circulars rests solely with the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, and the circular in reference was issued on the 23rd of April 2026 by the agency in a statement. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation says that the meeting convened on Tuesday, 12th May 2026, was strictly an interventionist and conciliatory engagement aimed at facilitating dialogue between organized labor under its jurisdiction and the NSIWC in order to promote mutual understanding and avert any breakdown in labor relations within the Federal Civil Service. Now, Adeola Komi Akere is in Lagos and she'll be giving us the next set of reports on Nationwide. Good afternoon, Adeola.
Good afternoon, Olajide, and thank you for joining us in Lagos. Eco Bridge in Lagos, the second mainland bridge that connects Lagos Island to the mainland, is receiving the federal government's attention as it is set to commence rehabilitation work on the pile caps under the deck. Revealing this to Our correspondent Larry Bileyi, the Federal Controller Works Lagos Olufemi Dare, stated that this invariably means the reconstruction of the Carter Bridge, which has already been handed over to contractors, will be on hold for now, while Eko Bridge gets the urgent attention it requires.
After a series of investigations by structural engineers, it was discovered that the 4.4-kilometer Eko Bridge has 5 distressed pile caps under the deck, which need urgent attention. To avert potential disaster, the Minister of Works gave a marching order for the bridge to be closed to motorists for rehabilitation work to commence. The Controller of Works, Lagos State, and the contractor, while fine-tuning issues, briefed me on the development.
Conducted a joint inspection inside underwater and they pack up 24 piles. And then 5 were completely damaged. And then the remaining 19 also need to be retrofitted. And then His Excellency directed that that carriageway that is close to where we have this problem should be completely shut down for immediate repairs. We are using this medium to inform Lagosians that next week Tuesday, 12 midnight, a carriageway and the carriageway is the one by UBA to Akpogbon to Ijora Olopa. If you are as if you are moving from the highland to the mainland, that particular carriageway will be shut down.
He, however, expressed disappointment on how dredgers and cargo-carrying barges ram into these structurally deficient pile caps and also use them for anchor.
We had a dredger moving under the bridge, and then it, with the force, hit this pile cap, and then we had this particular damage that we are talking about.
According to him, stakeholders such as Lagos State Government and the federal government's road safety agencies have mapped out strategies for alternative route and to ease movement along the axis. He also revealed that the rehabilitation work on Akpogbon Bridge have been completed and the bridge will be opened to motorists this weekend. In Lagos, Larry Bileyi, NTA News.
And to health matters. Self-medication, the practice of treating illnesses without professional medical advice, is becoming increasingly common. From antibiotics to painkillers, many people rely on over-the-counter drugs or leftover prescriptions to manage their health. Health experts are sounding a strong warning that this growing trend may be doing more harm than good. In this report, Hingino John Adams examines the dangers of self-medication and why it could put lives at risk.
Across many cities in Nigeria, roadside chemists and informal drug vendors remain a common sight, even with the law prohibiting them. For many residents, they are the first option when illness strikes.
I use self-medication. Drug substances should not be used without the prescription, proper prescription by your doctor or your physician.
While self-medication may seem like a quick fix, experts warn that it could lead to long-term health consequences.
The dangers about self-medication is we don't always know what our state is. Physiologically, what's in your blood, how your hormones are functioning, what sickness you have unless you've actually tested and had it diagnosed. So you may end up taking a medication that may be contrary to your state at that point in time, even if you've taken it in the past and it's been okay.
Medical professionals caution that improper use of drugs, especially combining different medications without professional guidance, can lead to dangerous drug interaction, which can cause severe side effects, including liver and kidney damage.
If you're not feeling well, a right step would be to go talk to a health professional because you want to run lab works to understand what's going on, because different diseases or different illnesses might have similar symptoms.
Health professionals strongly advise seeking medical attention before taking any medication, adding that proper diagnosis and prescription remain the safest way to treat illnesses and avoid complications. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
And that's it from Lagos. Nationwide will continue with Uduak Achibang in Benin after this time out.
Heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning.
Anju, Managing Director and Chief Executive, Galaxy Backbone Limited, takes us through the garment of revolutionizing the workspace through digitalization.
Galaxy started in 2006. Started with pure research technology, satellite technology. We've been able to move from 2006 to providing fiber backbone, to having 2 data centers, to improving the bandwidth in terms of internet connectivity that we do to MDS. That is great progress.
Power, privilege and public trust with Comrade Salihu Abdul Hamid Dembos, Director General NTA. Welcome to a world of fun and excitement as we also present an assemblage of professionals in the media space. Some compelling NTA programs, current trends in the fashion world, ICT, sports, entertainment, and lots more. TV Guide, very incisive, very education's future.
Join us in sharing our over 50-year journey of empowering Nigeria's workforce and impacting the nation's human Nigeria, powered by ITF.
Why does responsible communication matter in today's world? In a time of misinformation and division, responsible communication is no longer optional, it is leadership. Responsible communication is leadership in action. Join global voices shaping the future of trust, ethics, and influence.
You're still watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Welcome to Benin. Operatives of the Special Security Squad, Operation Flushout Cultists and Kidnappers in Edo State have arrested 12 suspected cultists and sealed 2 apartments allegedly used for cult initiations during coordinated raids across several hotspots in Benin City. Goodluck Enani reports that the operation is coming on the heels of the killing of a young man in Benin.
The operation followed the killing of a young man in front of the gate of the University of Benin on Sunday, May 10, 2026. The raids carried out across the Benin metropolis led to the arrest of 12 suspects not linked to the killing near the Uniben Gate, but allegedly identified as members of various cult groups in possession of cult symbols and incriminating materials.
We have to profile the police for proper profiling before they will be left to go or to face the wrath of the law.
2 properties located at Obawodia allegedly being used for cult initiation activities were also sealed.
Persons who had victims here on a hostage. So they arrested some persons, and in the process of taking them away from this premises to station, they were ambushed, attacked. No lives were lost, or persons were arrested.
Intelligence reports indicate that Okaigeles across communities in Edo State are allegedly aiding violent crimes, adding that sophisticated weapons used in deadly attacks are often traced to communities within the state.
The governor is passing this warning to every Okaigele in Edo State. If your community is being found, or we apprehend court members in your community, and in the process we find any gun that is not being permitted for your usage, you will face the wrath of the law squarely.
Suspects have been handed over to the anti-cultism units of the Nigerian Police Force, Edo State Command, for profiling and further investigation. In Benin, Goodluck Enani.
The need for stiffer measures against vandalism and sabotage and enhanced support for security agencies in the discharge of their duties was some of the resolutions at a sensitization program organized by the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Edo State Command, on protection of critical national information infrastructure and other national assets within the Edo South Senatorial District. Obayi Otobo reports.
The Commandant, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Edo State Command, noted that critical national infrastructure such as oil and gas facilities, power installations, communication networks, transportation systems, water facilities, and other strategic institutions remain the backbone of Nigeria's economy and national survival. Therefore, any attack on such facilities not only disrupts government operations, but also negatively affects businesses, livelihoods, national productivity, and overall well-being of citizens.
If your transformer is being vandalized now, it will affect the people on the street. Those petty business owners, they will not be able to carry out their businesses. So it affects them, not the government. So that's why we are coming up, so that if you can create an awareness for them to change their thinking and think that okay, these are meant for the masses.
Stakeholders reiterated the need for continuous public sensitization, community involvement, and inter-agency collaboration in combating vandalism, illegal activities in their communities.
Benin, Edo State, is centrally endowed in our grid. That's a center of the national grid. So anything that happens to the grid affects every part of the country. Take it as your responsibility. Report to the appropriate quarters.
Commission will be prompt and it will be disseminated at those that need to know on time.
The event also featured interactive session where clarifications were made on grey areas. A communique was drafted highlighting the need for improved intelligence sharing and the establishment of sustainable community-based security partnership to protect critical national assets and infrastructure. In Benin, Obayi Otobo, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. It's back to Olajide in Abuja for continuation of Nationwide.
Many thanks, Uduak. And let's go ahead. One major security threat facing residents of Port Harcourt is the issue of one-chance robbery, which has resulted in the loss of lives and property. In this report, Emmanuel Lene examines the challenges posed by activities of those behind this criminal activity.
In recent times, Port Harcourt has been plagued by one-chance robberies, a criminal trend that has become so common in the capital city of Rivers State. These robberies, often targeting market women, students, and innocent citizens, have resulted in not only financial losses, but also abductions and even death. The term one chance refers to a type of robbery where unsuspecting victims are lured into buses, tricycles, or taxis used for commercial purposes, held at gunpoint and robbed of their belongings.
From room 1 I was to go to artillery. Those 3 heavy men inside the bus, I saw them, but I entered. They tried to rob me and seize me, but I had my tear gas in my pocket. So I opened the tear gas.
If they enter motor, you go feel say na people with the inside motor. You don't know say na robbers.
One of the most devastating consequences of one-chance robbery is the abduction of victims, as the robbers often take their victims to secluded areas where they are held for ransom or subjected to physical and emotional abuse. This has created a sense of fear and insecurity among residents of Port Harcourt, as anyone could be a potential victim.
You must to check a vehicle that you want to enter. Sometimes even you see a woman holding a baby, maybe one of them.
In response to this alarming trend, the Rivers State Police Command has taken immediate measures to combat one-chance robberies by imposing a ban on tricycles from operating the city after 10 p.m. in Port Harcourt. Emmanuel Lene, NTA News.
Now we have Emmanuel Lene to provide more updates. Emmanuel, if you can hear me, what's the situation like now, and how serious is this new Hydra-headed monster in Rivers State?
Thank you very much. The issue of one-chance robbery is not actually a new trend in Port Harcourt, but the major concern is in recent time it's been on the increase. There have been reported cases almost on weekly basis or daily basis in recent time of abductions. Some of these abductions are used for ransom. Some persons are kidnapped and also used for ritual purposes. Others have been forced to withdraw money. Some of them carry POS machines, and so they force their victims to use their ATM cards and withdraw large amounts of cash. So this has been a very serious situation. It has been reported almost on daily basis, and so that is how serious the situation has been in Port Harcourt. Market women, students, everybody they are now victims of this illegal activity.
Emmanuel, apart from the ban on movement of tricycles after 10 p.m., what other measures have been put in place by the police to curb activities of those behind this criminal activity?
Apart from the ban on the restriction of movements from 10 p.m., the River State Police Command has put in place some measures to really curb this situation. And one of it is that vehicles with tinted glasses are not allowed across the town. Operators and drivers who are found wanting will be arrested and prosecuted. Apart from this, the command has also banned the use of vehicles with covered number plates, adulterated number plates, or number plates that are not very, very clear. Apart from these too, the command has also banned the use of unregistered vehicles. These are some of the measures the police command has put in place to put a stop to these criminal activities. And those who are caught or violate these rules will be made to face the full weight of the law.
All right, many thanks, Emmanuel Lene, for keeping us up to speed from Port Harcourt happenings on the recent surge in one chance robbery. Many thanks for your input.
Thank you very much.
And moving on, the National Orientation Agency has commenced a nationwide reorientation campaign on the policies and programs of the present administration aimed at improving the economy and enhancing the livelihood of citizens. Muhammad Yahya reports.
For Nigerians to fully benefit from the policies of the current administration, the National Orientation Agency says sustained public enlightenment on government programs and activities remains essential. The sensitization campaign focuses on the Nigerian tax reform policy aimed at improving the welfare of low-income earners and supporting small and medium-scale enterprises.
It harmonizes multiple taxes and levies that previously created confusion and duplication. It strengthens transparency and accountability in tax administration.
Also featured is the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, established to provide interest-free loans and promote equal access to education for eligible Nigerians.
As at April 2026, over 1.7 million applications have been received nationwide, with more than 1.3 million students already benefiting from the gesture.
The campaign also involved traditional rulers, religious leaders, and other key stakeholders across the benefiting communities. Muhammad Yahya, NTA News.
Let's talk politics. Governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, has declared his intention to run the 2027 presidential election on the joint platform of the People's Democratic Party and the Allied People's Movement, APM. He made the announcement before his supporters at a rally of the PDP-APM alliance in Ibadan, Oyo State.
Hi, Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, FNSC, announce my candidacy for the position of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Under the PDP-APM alliance.
Makindé's presidential declaration is in furtherance of his desire to participate in the 2027 electioneering process. Now, in the meantime, the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party has denied any involvement in the purported alliance of political gathering involving the Allied People's Movement in Ibadan, Oyo State. Timothy Yusuf reports.
There is only one PDP today. INEC has been here, has verified the current NWC. Today you are here having our press conference. Where are they? Where are they coming from? Where are they situated? Where is their address?
This is a lone agenda media briefing by the PDP leadership. National Publicity Secretary Jungudo Haruna Mohammed spoke on behalf of the National Working Committee. He explained that the party is not part of any coalition, agreement or arrangement with the Allied People's Movement or any other political group.
Any person or group claiming to be acting on behalf of the PDP in connection with this event is doing so without the knowledge, approval, consent, or authority of the party.
PDP assured all aspirants, party faithful, stakeholders and Nigerians that the PDP remains strong, united and fully prepared to participate in the 2027 general election without any legal or political impediments. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Following forecast by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, identifying Kebbi State among areas at risk of flooding during the 2026 rainy season, the state government has intensified preventive measures aimed at mitigating the impact on lives and property. Abdul Mohammed Bawa reports.
With memories of past devastating floods still fresh in many communities, concerns are growing after the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, identified Kebbi among states likely to experience flooding this year. The warning has prompted renewed effort by the state government and relevant agencies to reduce possible damage to lives and property.
We collaborate with National Emergency Management Agency and other stakeholders to see that we pass the information through the vulnerable people living along the riverine area.
What we are expecting people to do in terms of mitigating flood is at least simple things like clearing of drainages. They should avoid water, river side. They should just abide by what we told them to do.
Stakeholders are also urging residents in flood-prone areas to remain vigilant and pay close attention to early warning alerts throughout the season. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Mohammed Bawa, NTA News.
Okay, let's head now straight to our Jos Network Center where Bilkisu Nuhu is standing by. Bilkisu.
Welcome to Jos. Plateau State Government says it remains committed to strengthening healthcare delivery through collaboration, accountability, and evidence-based planning. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nicholas Bamlong, stated this at the sector-wide approach engagement and 2026 first quarter performance dialogue held in Jos. Lucky Jerry Mapak reports.
The engagement brought together key stakeholders in the health sector to review first quarter performance and explore strategies for improved healthcare delivery across Plateau State. Dr. Nicholas Baamlong says the event is an opportunity for stakeholders to review progress made in the health sector, identify gaps, and develop practical solutions that will improve healthcare services delivery across the state. He urges participants to approach the dialogue with openness and commitment, stressing that collaboration remains key to achieving better results in the sector.
Our collective responsibility is to ensure that the work that we are doing translates into real impact for the people we are serving in the state.
The national coordinator of sector-wide approach engagement represented highlights the importance of the initiative in promoting collaboration, accountability, and coordinated planning within the health sector.
We want to save more lives. We want to reduce physical and financial pain. We don't want people not to be able to access care just because they don't have money.
Stakeholders note that continuous dialogue and collaboration among partners remain vital to addressing challenges and improving the overall health sector performance in the state. In Jos, Lucky Jerima Park, NTA News.
As part of measures to enhance food security and increase gross domestic products of the state, Plateau Agricultural Development Program has officially flagged off the distribution of the 2026 farming season input to farmers across the 17 local government areas of the state. Ijoma Ozomina reports.
The exercise targets more than 10,000 smallholder farmers to boost food production by farmers, take inputs closer to them, and give farmers improved seeds. The initiative is to subsidize inputs lower than what farmers spend upfront, making farming profitable for smallholders. It will also expose farmers to drought-tolerant seeds, balanced fertilizers, and safe chemical use, shifting them from traditional to climate-smart agriculture. Farmers are optimistic of higher yields this year.
I'm very happy, very much happy. I want to appreciate you, sir.
Commissioner for Livestock Development, Dr. Sunday Akbar, represented, notes that the flag-off is timely in view of productivity and support for vulnerable groups.
It is only the farmers that don't go on strike. And I look at it critically, it's something that is really food for thought. I thank the governor of Plateau State because he's a farmer and food security passionate governor.
The local farmer will be able to access both our markets, which we are improving on, and also the farm service centers that PADP have constructed.
Development partners reiterate commitment to better yields and farming for survival as a business. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Jos. Olajide is standing by with more stories in Abuja after this break.
Are you ready?
The biggest gathering of advertising and marketing professionals in northern Nigeria is here.
The Advertising and Marketing Communications Summit 2026. The summit will now hold from 19th to 21st May 2026, Bristol Palace Hotel, Kano. Powerful conversations, inspiring ideas,
and game-changing opportunities.
Supported by the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria,
the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA,
and the Kano State Government.
Working together to shape the future of communication in our region.
Advertising, media, branding, business.
This is where you need to be. Don't miss out. Be there. Register now. Limited slots available.
Call
Advertising and Marketing Communication Summit 2026.
Shaping the future of communication.
The prestigious NTA Television College, widely recognized for its professionalism and excellence in media training, has achieved another significant milestone. In addition to its existing affiliation with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria for the award of a degree in mass communication, the college has now received official approval from the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to commence National Diploma, ND programs in mass communication and multimedia. Additional programs are also in progress. Admission requirements: a minimum of 5 O-level credit passes in relevant subjects. For National Diploma ND programs, minimum JAMB admissible score of 100. For degree programs, recommended JAMB score of 180 and above. This is a great opportunity to become part of the college's growing legacy in media and broadcast education. For more information,
visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. Announcer Management.
Dissecting public policy issues in Nigeria for public understanding and seizing opportunities provided for the good of the people. Tuesday Live on a wide range of societal issues from education, agriculture, health to economy, engineering, technology, ICT, sports, and many more.
a platform for all classes of people to engage the world anywhere and everywhere, carrying everyone along on all trending issues in Nigeria and across the globe with impactful messages, information devoid of ambiguity. Tuesday Live, your platform for consistent dialogue on major issues of the week, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Always incisive and educative as ever. Join us.
Let's believe in ourselves. Let's have the right attitude. We've got all it takes to get there. Let's look inwards and revive all our infrastructures and galvanize our human and material resources.
Nigerians, believe in yourselves. Believe we can succeed.
Nigeria, believe. Powered by National Orientation Agency.
Thanks for being there. And we will soon be joining the Africa CEO Forum 2026 in Kigali, Rwanda, where President Bola Tinubu is part of the panelists, but nationwide still continues. The population of Nigerian pilgrims in the holy city of Mecca in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has continued to surge following a lineup of religious activities ahead of them. Correspondent Abubakar Kwanga reports.
Across lodges from the city of Medina to the holy city of Mecca is currently gathering momentum.
You cannot have intention outside the Miqat. Miqat is the starting point of any pilgrim.
It is gradually getting close to that phase of the Hajj exercise that pilgrims are eager to perform Umrah, the lesser Hajj, and their arrival in Mecca, the city of the Grand Mosque, is becoming overwhelming. A visit to some of the lodges clearly confirmed that there is now a great surge on the number of those who have arrived from Medina. As the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, in collaboration with State Pilgrims Board's sustained commitment for better welfare, the pilgrims are in high spirit to have a direct interface with the House of Allah, the Holy Kaaba.
And we are here not to pray for ourselves alone, but to pray for Nigeria.
Commend NACON for doing a wonderful job.
NACO officials, we have been always working together. Very nice, very hardworking.
Meanwhile, different lodges have been organizing orientation for pilgrims about the do's and don'ts of Hajj operations, as well as to remain good ambassadors of the country. Earliest to meet with the pilgrims at Jigawa and Oyo states in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Abubakar Akwanga, NT News.
And back home, the National Assembly says it is committed to developing a robust legal framework that will strengthen agricultural research institutes and colleges across the country to boost food sufficiency, drive innovation, and create employment opportunities for Nigerians. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, said this while declaring open a 3-day summit in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Vasil Rauf has details.
Of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio,
represented by the Deputy Senate Majority Leader, noted that the summit provides a strategic platform for heads of agricultural research institutes and colleges to engage in extensive deliberations aimed at repositioning the nation's agricultural sector for sustainable growth and development. He stressed that the outcome of the summit will assist the lawmakers in formulating a comprehensive legal framework to strengthen agricultural institutions, enhance food production, and promote job creation across the nation.
Agriculture is so big, so large, so oversight activities and development templates will be available.
Denying the colleges of agriculture of TED fund isn't a good one. And we believe that government must do something very quickly to ensure that the colleges of agriculture are brought back.
The summit, organized by the Senate Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions, is the maiden national legislative summit and expo on agricultural colleges and institutions. The 3-day event is expected to end on Friday in Ibadan. Wasil Rov, NTA News.
The National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency has unveiled a national genomics and bioinformatics data infrastructure believed to strengthen healthcare, agriculture and biotechnology innovation while positioning Nigeria as a key player in the global bioeconomy. Charles Alpha reports.
The General of the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, Professor Abdullahi Mustafa, says the initiative will establish a national genomic data repository to drive innovation in healthcare, agriculture, and biotechnology.
This infrastructure will serve as the backbone for innovation across sectors, supporting precision medicine, climate-resilient agriculture, industrial biotechnology, and environmental sustainability, while ensuring that Nigeria retains ownership and control of its genetic resources within a robust data governance framework.
He said the project became necessary due to the underrepresentation of African genomic data in global research and the need for Nigeria to harness its biological resources for development.
Repository and management infrastructure will support the actualization of Nigeria's Biogenomes project. Through this, Nigeria will transition from being a consumer of foreign genomic data to a producer of globally relevant biological knowledge and solutions.
The initiative is expected to create jobs, support research, and position Nigeria competitively in the global bioeconomy. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Talking security, Imo State Police Command has officially launched a new unit tagged Violent Crime Response Unit. The State Commissioner of Police, Audu Garba Boso, inaugurated the unit at the police headquarters in Owerri. The report.
The newly inaugurated Violent Crime Response Unit, VCRU, of the Imo State Police Command replaces the tactical team of the command comprising the Lion Squad Anti-Kidnapping Unit, popularly known as Tiger Base, among others, recently disbanded in line with the ongoing reforms in the Nigerian police force.
The mandate of the VCRU unit is clearly defined and value-driven. The unit is established to ensure 1. Swift response to various crimes. 2. Upholding of citizens' rights and dignity.
Governor Hope Uzodinma, who was represented at the event, commended the initiative and affirmed the state government's continued support to the security agencies in the state.
Together, through lawful enforcement and professionalism conduct, we must build a safe, stronger, and more secure Imo State.
That it is important to apply psychology and counseling while trying to curb crime, criminality, and violence extremism.
The logo and dress code of the VCRU were unveiled at the inauguration.
And up next is Sport Update.
Team Nigeria has kicked off the 2026 African Cycling Championship on a strong note at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium Velodrome in Abuja By the end of day one, Nigerian tops the medal table with 10 medals, 5 gold, 2 silver and 3 bronze, and in various track events. South Africa holds second place with 8 medals, 5 gold, 2 silver, 1 bronze, while Algeria is third with 7 medals. Egypt, Benin Republic round out the top 5. The opening day's events included the men's and women's team pursuit, team sprint, and scratch races.
We have Algerians, Egyptians, South Africa. They are very good. No doubt, they are very good. But God helped us. We defeated them, defeated the Algerians, and we got a good medal.
In football, 6 home-based players are set to represent the Super Eagles in the upcoming Unity Cup, with Ikorodu City striker Joseph Arumala among the key invitees chosen by the head coach Eric Chell. Arumala earned his call-up after scoring 13 goals for Ikorodu City in the current Nigerian Premier Football League season. Reports say 6 NPFL players have been selected for the tournament. Chell is expected to announce his full squad later this week. Nigeria will face Zimbabwe in the Unity Cup semi-final at the Valley in London on May 26, with the winner advancing to the final on May 30 against either Jamaica or India. Meanwhile, head coach Moses Aduku and team administrator Kelechi Omeke will represent Nigeria at Friday's draw ceremony for the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Łódź, Poland. The tournament runs from September 5 to 27 across 4 Polish cities. Nigeria qualified alongside Benin Republic, Ghana and Tanzania as Africa's representatives in the 24-team competition. The Falconets have been placed in Pot 2 for the draw alongside the United States, Canada, Colombia, Mexico and New Zealand. And lastly, in France, Paris Saint-Germain have been crowned Ligue 1 champions for a 14th time after defeating Lens to secure the title with 1 game to spare. Goals from Vicha Kvaratskhelia and Ibrahim Mbaye sealed the victory as PSG claimed the 5th consecutive league crown. PSG, who have now won 12 of their last 14 league titles in France, will next turn their attention to the UEFA Champions League final against Arsenal on May 30. For Sports Update, Bright Ibuchu, NTA News.
And that's it nationwide. Many thanks for being a part of it. I am Olajide Bello.
Toby Amazon, look at the clock. I cannot believe it.
My name is Biko. And I'm Mana. And together we are Biko's Mana.
What is up, everyone? My name is Ricky Smith, and I am the writer and producer of the Sesame Street Friends theme song.
Hey, it's time to play. We're glad you came because we love to share.
It's been so cool working with Biko and Mana on this project. They've been incredibly professional, and obviously they are so talented. We could not have found better people to sing this song.
Hey, it's time to play. We're glad you came because we love to share. We can laugh and sing, do brand new things with new friends everywhere. Come, let's have some fun. With everyone. Because we love to learn together, making new friends forever. We're Sesame Street friends.
There's no other animal as courageous and majestic as the lion. But with only 50 lions left in Nigeria, they may soon just be a memory. When snares are used for bushmeat, we rob the lions of their food and risk maiming them for life. So please say no to illegal bushmeat and help protect the lions. Keep them wild and keep us safe.
This is the network service of the NTA.
To another exciting edition of your favorite educational TV program on Nigerian television. It is live on the network service of the NTA. Every week we bring students from across the country to solve puzzling questions here on mathematics to see just how smart they can be. My name is Israel Efe-Robo. Let's now meet our contestants. Contestant A.
My name is Katrina Osuraka and I'm in GSS 3.
Contestant B.
My name is Ubakri Stabel and I'm in GS 3.
Contestant C.
My name is Adejo Dayan and I'm in GSS 3.
Contestant D.
My name is Agabige Chikama and I'm in GS 3.
Congratulations and welcome. Now listen carefully. There are 3 stages here on the program. For you to get to the last stage and win, you must scale through stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. Let's start. Contestant A, your question.
Number 1.
Question 1. Simplify 3x equals 15.
X equals to 5.
That is correct. Contestant B.
Question 5.
Question 5. Find x in 4.
X equals 28.
That is correct. Contestant C, your question.
Question 3.
Question number 3. What is 30% of 600 naira?
$180.
180 naira is correct. Contestant D, your question.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. 3a plus 5 equals 2a plus 4. Solve.
Equals 1.
Say again.
Equals 1.
You missed out on something there. Your time is up. A bonus mark, a bonus question to contestant C.
-1.
A equals -1, and that is correct. That was a question for contestant D. She did not get it, Contestant C got the answer for a bonus point. Contestant A, your question.
Number 4.
Question number 4. Find the products of -9 and -7.
Plus 56.
Plus what?
Plus 63.
That is correct. Plus 63 is correct. Contestant B, your question.
Question 8.
Question 8. If Ade is 8 years older than Kemi, and Kemi is 13 years, how old is Ade?
Please repeat the question.
If Ade is 8 years older than Kemi, and Kemi is 13 years, how old is Ade?
21.
21 years, that's correct. Listen carefully to the questions. Contestant C, your question.
Number 11.
Question 11. Converts 2 hours, 15 minutes to minutes.
135 minutes.
That is correct. 135 minutes is the right answer. Contestant D, your question.
Number 6.
Question number 6. What is 5 raised to the power 2 multiplied by 2 raised to the power 2?
The answer is 100.
The answer is what?
100.
100 is correct. Contestant A, your question.
Number 12.
Question number 12. Solve -3x, open brackets, 2x, plus 4p, close brackets. 4p, close brackets.
X squared minus 12xp.
Nah, that is not correct. Contestant D.
Minus 6x squared minus 12xp.
That is the right answer. So, my bad. It was a question for contestant A. She missed it, and contestant D got that one for a bonus mark. She said 6x squared minus 2xp. There was meant to be a minus at the start of the answer, and that was where she got it wrong. Contestant B, your question.
Question 13.
Question 13. Simplify 7 all over 9 minus 4 all over 9.
That's equal to 3 over 9. 1 over 3.
1 over 3 is correct. Contestant C, your question.
Question 7.
Question 7. Which of these is the odd one out? 25, 7, 15, 20. 7 is the odd one out. That is correct. The last question for stage 1 goes to contestant D, and that is question 10. Express 45910 in standard form.
That will be 4.5910 times 10 raised to power 1.
Your time is up, and that was not the right answer. Bonus to contestant B.
4.5910 times 10 raised to the power 4.
And that is correct. That was a question for contestant D. She did not get it, and contestant B got it for a bonus point. With that, we've come to the end of stage 1 of our competition. Time for us to go backstage and get the scores to find out who is bowing out and who among these contestants are proceeding to stage 2. This is Walk It Out. Don't go away.
The party you kids have been waiting for. Hello, super parents and super kids. NTA is excited to invite you to the biggest and best Children's Day party of the year. Get Get ready for a day full of fun, laughter, and stars. What will be happening there? Non-stop music and dancing, probability game, math pass, delicious food and drinks, free gifts for every child, plus a surprise guest. Event details: May 26, 2026. Venue: the Rente ETV Teja Show Yaba, Lagos. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. Gate fee: 3,000 naira only per participant. Don't let your child miss out on the fun. For more information and consents, please call Adobe on 070-6630-1470. Labake on 080-3695-8600. Don't let your child miss out on the fun. At the Rente TV Children's Day Party, every child is a star.
Welcome back to the program. Stage 1 just gone by, and it was indeed what we expected. It was very, very engaging. We loved it. These are the results. Contestant A scored 15 points. Contestant B scored 22 points. Contestant C scored 22 points. And while contestant D scored 12 points. And that means contestants A, B, and C will proceed to stage 2 of the competition, while contestant D bows out at this time. Stay with us here. We will be right back on the program for stage 2 of the competition. Don't go away. Thank you. You're watching Walk It Out on the network service of the NTA. We're finished stage 1 and now to stage 2. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Contestant A, pick a number.
Question 1.
Question 1. An angle greater than 180 degrees, less than 360 degrees is what?
An obtuse angle. A reflex angle.
A reflex angle, that's correct. Contestants B, your question.
Question 8.
Question 8. If the perimeter of a rectangle is 40 and the width is 5, find the length.
Four. 16.
That's not correct. You still have time. And your time is up. A bonus now to contestant C.
10.
10 is wrong. Contestant A?
15.
15 is correct. That was a question for contestant B. She did not get it. Contestant A got that question for a bonus mark. And now, contestant C, your question.
Number 2.
Question number 2. Solve this. Minus 4x plus 5 greater than 9.
X equals to minus 1.
Your time is up.
X equals to minus 1.
Your time is up. Bonus question now to contestant B.
X less than minus 1. X greater than minus 1.
That is correct. X less than minus 1 is the right answer. So that was a question for contestant C. She did not get it. Contestant B got that question for a bonus point. Contestant A, your question.
Question 6.
Question 6. Kunle went to the market with 2,000 naira. He spent 2/5 on food. How much did he spend?
$800.
800 naira is correct. Contestant B, your question.
Question 3.
Question 3. If x equals 2, y equals 3, and z equals 5, find 3x minus y plus 5.
8.
Say again?
8.
8 is correct. Contestant C, your question.
Number 7.
Question 7. Reduce 500 by 25%.
$475.
Say again?
475.
Oh, you missed out on something there. Bonus to contestant B.
125.
That is not correct. Contestant A.
145.
145 is not the right answer. The right answer is 375. Contestant A, your question.
Question 5.
Question 5. Simplify 3A plus 2B.
Equals to 3A plus 2B.
That is correct. It was a trick question. That is correct. Contestant B, your question.
Question 9.
Question 9. Find the area of a circle with radius 4 centimeters in terms of pi. Your time is up. A bonus question now to contestant A.
Equals to pi times 16.
That's not correct. Contestant C.
352/9.
That is not correct. Say the answer, but time is gone already.
352/7.
That is still not correct. The answer is 16 pi centimeters square. And our last question for this segment goes to contestant C. That's question number 4. Listen carefully. A basket has 3 oranges, 2 apples, and 7 mangoes. If a fruit is picked at random, what is the probability of picking mangoes?
7/12.
That is correct. 7/12 is correct. And with that, we've come to the end of stage 2 of our quiz competition. We will go backstage now for our scores. We'll return to let you know the 2 contestants that will proceed to our final stage. Join us again. Thank you for staying tuned. And now let's bring you the scores for stage 2 of our competition. Contestant A scored 39 points. Contestant B scored 29 points. While contestant C scored 20 points. Our first stage is next year on Work It Out. Join us again. Welcome back to Work It Out. We're now into the last and final stage of our competition. Contestant A and contestant B will now slow it out to see who eventually walks away with our grand prize on today's edition of the program. Contestant A, your question.
Question 2.
In a class of 70 students, 3 over 5 are boys How many are girls?
48.
That's not correct. You still have time. Your time is up. Bonus to contestant B.
42.
42 is wrong. The right answer is 28 girls. Contestant B, your question.
Question 5.
Question 5. Solve for x. 2, open brackets, x plus 5, close bracket, equals 20.
X equals 2.
You still have time. That's not the right answer.
X equals 5.
X equals 5. That is correct. Contestant A, your question.
Question 3.
Question 3. Find the mean of 10, 4, 31.
$15.
15 is correct. Contestant B, your question.
This is the network service of the NTA. We now join our outside broadcast crew for a live telecast. Please stay tuned.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
A very good evening and welcome to Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. This is the premises of the Government House, Sokoto, coming to you live on NTA Network. The program is the distribution of Braille Quran and white canes to the blind and visually impaired persons in Sokoto State by the Qatar Foundation to be Sokoto FCNA PhD.
Rike ayyuka na al'umma ya fi hasala, alaɗin kaga garin Sokoto a tsohon Najeriya. Mai son karo da ke ƙauna ai shiri-shiri, yanzu zamanin ka ne wasu ba suna gudun buri. Kana da jarumai masu tare dukan hari, kamar su dallatin gobe babu jinkiri. Da kasu mu dogon daji don gwagwarmaya. Ga shimfiɗa karar Allah ne yake maka, shi ne ya baka farko kuma zai daɗa maka. Idan ka gaba hudun maimai ta hudun haka, ce jami ne na gandu nake ta baituka. Dallatin gobir shi ya saka ku tambaya. Hadari zubo ruwa yanzu gari ya sanya. Da sabon amir ne ku ci ba su tabbatar.
Get all of your troubles and just play sway. 'Cause Mama B has got your back.
I will say Mayday, emergency. Mayday simply means tribulation.
Any question?
This is a big stage where we live our dreams and make the great change.
We face time. Then we now put Rodo in his mouth.
The queen of the microphone.
Get me amala with plenty meat. The way I like it. Assorted though.
Embrace the wisdom of our ancestors as we explore the timeless wisdom of Nigerian proverbs.
Proverbs are palm oil with which words are written. Kola nuts last long in the mouths of those that value it. He who thinks is leading when no one follows is just making the walk. No matter how hot your anger, it cannot cook here.
وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة عين وجعلنا للمتقين إماما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
A network from Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. It is the distribution of the Braille Quran and white canes to the blind and visually impaired persons in Sokoto State by the Qatar Foundation, to be presided over by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmed Ali Sokoto, FCNA, PhD.
Sokoto for recitation of the glorious Quran. I would like to start by calling on Imrana Ali Aminu. Imrana Aminu. Maushina.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم من دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا السيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم وما يلقيها إلا الذين صبروا وما يلقيها إلا ذو حظ عظيم.
Memorization of the glorious Quran there by a blind person, Imrana Aminu.
Amina Aliyu, also a blind student from the same school, for recitation of the glorious Quran. Amina Aliyu.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعلني وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي أشدد به أذري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. قال قد أوتيت سؤلك يا موسى ولقد مننا عليك مرة أخرى إذ أوحينا إلى أمك ما يوحى أن اقذفيه في التابوت فاقذفيه في اليم فليلقه اليم بالسائل يأخذه عدو لي وعدو له وألقيت عليك محبة مني ولتصنع على عيني إذ تمشي أختك فتقول هل أدلكم على من يكفل ورجعناك إلى أمك كي تقر عينها ولا تحزن وقتلت نفسا فنجيناك من الغم وفتناك فتونا.
That is a memorizer of the glorious Quran, a student of Abdurrashid Adisaraji Special School. Her name is Amina Aliyu. Executive Live on NTA Network from the premises of Government House, Sokoto, the city of Caliphate. Is going to be the distribution of the Braille Quran copies and white cans to the blind and the visually impaired persons in Sokoto State, to be presided over by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto FCNA PhD, coming to you live on NTA Network from the seat of the Caliphate.
Government Muhammad Bello Sifawa, Chief of Staff Government House Sokoto Aminu Haluko MNI, the representative of the State Chief Judge Justice Abubakar Adamu, the representative of the State Grand Kadi Buhari Haya, the Sokoto State Head of Civil Service, Abdul Qadir Ahmad, Honorable Commissioners that are here with us, the representative of His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Aliyu Attairu Galadima Garin Sokoto, special advisors, senior special assistants, our elders in the state, Ambassador Abubakar Shehu Wundu and Senator Salihu Bokwai, representatives of various security agencies, the police, the DSS, Civil Defense Corps, Federal Safety Corps, Custom and Excise, as well as Community Guard Corps, our royal fathers that are here with us, people living with disabilities, other distinguished guests, my colleagues in the pet profession, a very good afternoon to you all. Your Excellency, what you are about to witness in these premises this afternoon is currently being shown on NTA Live, Alu TV, Sokoto Media Corporation, and also some radio stations are also transmitting the event live. Your Excellency, we are here this afternoon to witness the distribution of Braille Quran and white canes to blind and visually impaired people in the state, organized by the Qatar Foundation to be presided over by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Ahmad Ali Sokoto. Sir, with your kind permission, I would like to be code switching so that those that are here with us would have a clear understanding of what we are about to do here and why we have gathered here this afternoon, Your Excellency. Mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto, sauran shugabanni da suke wannan wuri, sarakuna, sauran yan umu da suke da lura, jama'a maza da mata, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mu haɗu ne a wannan wuri, a wannan rana ta yau, domin shaida wani buki mai muhimmanci wanda yana da tasiri kwarai ga addininmu na musulunci, inda za mu shaidi rabar Qur'ani na musamman wanda masu lalurar makaranta za su yi amfani da shi domin su karanta Al-Qur'ani, da kuma sanda wadda za ta taimaka musu wajen yin tafiya, kazalika da kuma kayayyaki kamar yadda ake gani ga sunan abinci da kuma kujera ta yin tafiya. Wannan shi ne makasudi haɗuwar mu a wannan wuri domin mu shaidi wannan buki wanda za a yi shi ne a ƙarƙashin cibiyar Qatar Foundation. Your Excellency, before we move on to call for a welcome address, permit me to quickly recognize in our midst Muhammad Mujahid Abubakar, Deputy Social Affairs Officer, Qatar Charity Nigeria, Abuja. Sir, you are most welcome. Your Excellency, it's now my singular honor and privilege to invite for a welcome address the Honorable Special Advisor to the Governor on Disabled Matters, Honorable Umar Muhammad Masari. Sir, you're welcome.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim wa sallallahu ala nabiyil karim, amma ba'da, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto, his Deputy Engineer Idris Mohammed Gobir, Your Excellency, I humbly beg to stand on the already established protocol. Thank you, Your Excellency. It gives me immense pleasure and profound gratitude to welcome all the distinguished guests gathered here today for the important humanitarian occasion of the distribution of Braille, Qurans, and white canes to blind and visually impaired persons in Sokoto State by the Qatar Foundation. The provision of Braille Quran will greatly enhance the spiritual growth and Islamic education of our blind brothers and sisters, while the distribution of the white canes will improve their independence, confidence, and mobility in their daily lives. These interventions reflect the true values of humanity, equality, and social responsibility. On behalf of the government and the good people of Sokoto State, especially His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, I wish to sincerely appreciate the Qatar Foundation for this noble initiative and for identifying with the needs of the person with a disability in our state. At this juncture, I encourage the beneficiary of this noble gesture to make good use of these materials and continue to strive for knowledge, self-development, active contribution to society. Disability is not inability, and with the right support and opportunities, every individual can achieve greatness. Once again, I warmly welcome you all and pray that Almighty Allah blesses this initiative abundantly and reward everyone who contributed to its success. Thank you very much. Thank you. May Allah bless all of us, the Sokoto State, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, Your Excellency, Gomanam Gomanuni.
Address there by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Disabled Matters, Honorable Umar Muhammad Masali. The event is coming to live on NTA Network from Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate.
Thank you, PJ. That was the Honorable Special Advisor to the Governor on Disabled Matters, Honorable Umar Muhammad Masali, with a welcome address. Your Excellency, our next speaker on this very important occasion is the representative of the Qatar Foundation, and at this juncture, I would like to invite Muhammad Mujahid Abubakar to deliver his remarks at this very important occasion. Sir.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto, Dr. Ahmad Aliyu Sokoto, mai girma mataimakin gwamna, Injiniya Muhammad Idris Gobir, sauran mukarraban gwamnati, da izinin mai girma gwamna na neman dama domin in je akan shimfiɗar da aka shimfiɗa Your Excellency sa. Kamar yadda mai girma SA ya yi bayani a cikin jawabin shi cewa wannan ƙur'ani ne na masu lalura ta gani guda 400 da aka zo da shi daga Doha, la'akari da irin ƙoƙari da wannan gwamnati ƙarƙashin wannan ɗawisun gwamna mai kyakkyawar zuciya, gwamna Ahmad Aliyu, ba a wuce wata ɗaya da ya wuce ba mun haɗu da wani bawan Allah ya ce yanzu shi ya taɓa zuwa Najeriya, ya ce 2007, ya ce yanzu ya ga mutanen arewacin Najeriya suna zaben mutane masu ilimi sosai, ya ga Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Katsina, dokta, masha Allah. Wannan abu ya sa na ji daɗi sosai, ni ban ma lura ba saboda, amma da ya ce haka sai na ga lalle don haka ne. To la'akari da irin ƙoƙarin shi wurin ci gaba zamani na social media, kullum kana gani an buɗe kaza, an ba mutane kaza, an ba limamai kaza, an ba ladanai kaza, kullum. To Qatar Charity ita ma yanzu tana so ta matso cikin wannan gwamnati domin ita ma mai girma gwamna ya ba ta dama ta rika kawo ayyukan ci gaba a wannan jiha mai albarka. Daga cikin abubuwan da aka kawo akwai ƙur'anai waɗanda suke kamar waya ce ta hannu, za a sa ta caji da earpiece ɗinta, da kuma shi ƙur'anin na taɓawa guda 400. Akwai kuma modern blind cane, wannan wadda za a nannaɗe ta a sa ta a jakarta. sannan kuma akwai samfur da aka kawo na keke ta masu lalura ta musamman ta tafiya, digital electronic wheelchair, wadda an siyo ta akan kudi dala america 2,500. an kawo ta matsayin samfur da kuma manual wanda adadin da SA ya ba da request muna ba su tabbaci cewa bi iznillahi ta'ala kowa zai karbi irin wannan kamar yadda aka bukata. Mai girma gwamna, kamar yadda wasu daga cikinmu suka sani cewa Qatar Charity a jihar Sokoto tana ba yara marayu 611 tallafin karatu a kowane wata, wanda ya kama kimanin riyal na ƙasar Qatar 200, wanda muke haɗawa mu biya bayan kowane wata uku. Sannan akwai na 'yan makaranta su 33 a da, wanda yanzu ta hannun mai girma kwamishinan ilimi Professor Isa Muhammad mai shanu ilimi mai zurfi su 105, wanda yan an hada zai bamu su 138 kenan. Sannan akwai masu lalura ta musamman su 48 waɗanda muke ba tallafi kimanin shekaru 4 zuwa cikin ta 5 yanzu, su ma kamar irin wancan. Sannan akwai family waɗanda muka gina ma in gudun hijira gida 150 a Gandi, mun zaɓi family 51 cikinsu, muna ba su tallafin double na wannan tallafin da ake ba yara marayu shine riyal 400 su kuma kowane wata, su ma muna haɗawa wata uku sai a ba su. Sannan daga cikin ayyukan da mun saba kawo su Sokoto akwai su wannan keke, an ba wasu daga cikin mashin mai kafa uku da ita wannan keke ta electronic da kuma wannan ta manual wadda ake turawa. Sannan akwai family water filter, akwai sashen sana'o'i kamar yadda shi kan shi mai girma gwamna yake yi domin nuna appreciating ga abin da mai girma gwamna yake yi. Mu ma za mu ci gaba da kawo wa'annan abubuwa na keken ɗinki da mashin na niƙa. Sannan abin da ya shafi ayyukan masallatai da bohol da tahfiz center da abin da ya shafi ƙananan asibitoci PHC da abin da ya shafi ba da tallafin shanu kamar yadda muka yi wancan Ramadan ɗin da ya wuce, da shanuwa 7 da namiji guda 8 kenan ga duk family ɗaya, da kiwon dabbobi na awakai da kuma food baskets kwalin abinci da muke rabawa, da kuma na Ramadan feeding wanda ita kanta wannan gwamnati mai albarka tana gabatar da shi, da zakatul fitr da kayan sallah na yara marayu wanda ko a wannan sallah mun gabatar da shi. A takaice dai ina cewa wayannan ayyuka da Qatar Charity take yi so men taɓe ne bi iznillahi, tun da mun haɗu da gwamna wanda yake da sha'awa da ire-iren wayannan ayyuka, to bi iznillahi ta'ala za mu ce wannan a yanzu aka fara. Muna roƙon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wayannan bayan Allah da za a ba wannan tallafi, Allah ya ba su ikon amfani da shi, shi kuma mai girma gwamna da ya haɗo musu da buhuwan abinci da maƙudan kuɗaɗe, Ubangiji Allah ya ninninka mishi a cikin ma'aunin shi na lada. Muna roƙon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala duk shi ma buƙatar shi ta duniya da lahira Allah ya biya mishi, ya yaye mishi dukkan wata damuwa. Allah ya ƙara kare mu da shi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ya ƙara mishi muƙarrabai masu albarka. A wannan gaba zan yi sallama. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The representative of the Qatar Charity Foundation, Muhammad Mujahid Abubakar, who spoke extensively on the several programs of various support initiatives drawn to Sokoto State. He said they are being moved, or the foundation is being moved, by the character of the governor of Sokoto State in humanitarian services to the vulnerable groups and the people living with disability. He said a number of students and the people living with disability children are being sponsored by the foundation. And he said the foundation provided 150 number of modern houses to the internally displaced persons in Gandhi, Rabah local government. He said they equally provide monthly stipends to families of the how this being provided. Now the Secretary of State Government is being invited for his keynote address.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto Dr. Ahmad Ali Sokoto, mai girma mataimakin gwamna injiniya Muhammad Idris Dan Chadi, wakilin Chief George da wakilin Grand Kadi, wakilin mai martaba sarkin musulmi, kakakin majalisa na jihar Sokoto da 'yan majalisa da suke nan wurin, wakilin babanmu kuma shugabanmu sarkin yamman Sokoto, sarkin yakin Sokoto Dr. Aliyu Magatakardawa Makko, shugabannin tsaro, kwamishinoni, Chief of Staff Government House, Head of Service, Special Advisors, sarakuna, malamai, ciyamomin local government, ɗalibai, 'yan uwana almajirai, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatu. Da farko, elders namu na jam'iyyar mu ta APC, ku yafe ni, sauran jama'a assalamu alaikum kamar yadda na faɗa. Lokacin da wannan coordinator na Qatar Foundation ya same ni ya fara yi min bayani na irin yayi gwamnatin da ta wuce baya kokarin ya samu haɗa kai da hukuma saboda a gudanar da aiki hannu ɗaya, amma bai samu dama ba. Yasa suka zo tare da shi, nice mishi to ai wannan mu aikin da mai girma gwamna yake yi kenan, wanda ya gada ga shugabanmu babanmu Dr. Aliyu Magatakardawa Makko. Ya ce lalle ya ga haka kuma ya tabbatar da haka, don haka duk tahowa ta da kuma a kaddamar da wannan aiki bai wuce sati ɗaya ba. Wannan shi shaida ne. Na biyu, manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallama ya ce man sana alaikumul ma'ruf fa kafi'uhu fa in lam tajid ma takafi'u lahu bihi lahu fa da'u lahu. Duk wanda ya muku alkin alheri, wannan generally ne, to kuma ku mayar masa da alheri. Idan ba ku da abin da za ku mayar masa da alheri, ku kuma mishi addu'a. Saboda haka mai girma gwamna, a madadin waɗannan bayan Allah, ba masu nakasa ake cewa ba, a'a, kowane sunan zuciya ta buɗe take, idanunsa ne ba sa gani. A madadinsu da iyayensu da 'yan uwansu da malamansu, muna maka godiya bisa ga wannan alheri da ka jaddada bisa ga aikin da ka iske mai girma Dr. Aliyu Magatakardawa Makko ya kirkiro. Aikin alheri da taimakawa gajiyayyu, masu galihu, marasa galihu, waɗanda an manta da su shekara da shekaru, kuma su san haka kuma sun faɗa mun haka. Don haka a madadinsu muna godiya kwarai da gaske, kuma muna godiya ga waɗanda suka samu damar halartar wannan taron da wannan bukin. Wannan buki ne wanda yake da harshe biyu, wanda Qatar Foundation da gwamnatin Ahmadu Aliyu ta ƙirƙiro na ba da tallafi na abinci da kuma ƙur'ani, wanda ita kuma Qatar Foundation ta zo da shi. Sauran bayanai za ku ji daga mai girma gwamna. Muna godiya kwarai da gaske da wannan karinci da aka yi, kuma muna kira ga su waɗannan da Allah ya kaddare aka taimaka, aka tuna da su, waɗanda aka manta da su, Allah ya ba su ikon yin addu'a ga wannan gwamnati da shugaban gwamnatin da uban gwamnatin da mabiya gwamnatin da jama'ar Sokoto gaba ɗaya. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Noted reserved by the Secretary to Sokoto State Government, Muhammadu Bello Sifawa, who spoke on the performances of Sokoto State Government in the area on the care and welfare of the people living with disabilities, including the vulnerable groups across Sokoto State, which no doubt made it possible for foreign collaborators and partners to come and bring humanitarian services down to the people of Sokoto State.
It's now my singular privilege at this juncture to invite His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, CFR MNI, who is being adequately and well represented here by Galadima Gede Sokoto Alhaji Aliyu Atayu. Your Eminence, sir.
Representative of the Sultan of Sokoto, the Galadima Gari Alhaji Aliyu Atahiru, to speak on behalf of His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmed Aliyu, FCNA, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Engineer, Mr. Speaker, President of the Chief Judge and Grand Kadi, SSG, Chief of Staff, Honorable Commissioners, Honorable Advisors and Assistants, Elders of the State, Representative of the Qatar Foundation, Mujahid, Head of Security Agencies, District Head, Village Head, Ulama and Imams, praise Assalamu Alaikum. I bring to you goodwill message and the best wishes of His Excellency, of His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, CFR and I. He congratulates and commend you on the tremendous achievement recorded by your government, Your Excellency, and urge you to continue the good work you are doing. He directed me to assure you on total support and cooperation of the traditional rulers and wish you a very successful tenure. Finally, appreciate and the Qatar Foundation for the support and the contribution. Allah biya, Allah saka da hari. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Goodwill message there by the representative of the President General Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs in Nigeria, the Sultan of Sokoto, ably represented by the Galadima Gari Alhaji Aliyu Atahiru. Often referred in this context as Qatar Charity, has actively supported visually impaired persons in Sokoto State through the distribution of digital Braille Qur'ans and other humanitarian aids. This initiative is part of a broader commitment by the Foundation to support the welfare and education of visually impaired persons in northwest Nigeria. Key interventions in Sokoto include digital Braille Qur'an distribution. In May 2019, Qatar Charity distributed 100 digital Braille Quran copies to visually impaired persons, with beneficiaries spanning Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states. Target audience: the donation targeted members of the visually impaired community, including students, to enhance their learning and Quranic recitation. Key figures involved the distribution event, which was presided over by the then Sokoto State Deputy Governor at the Adisa Raji Special School for the Handicapped. Support for individuals. During the distribution, the Executive Secretary of Qatar Foundation, Secretary Qatar Charity, announced a scholarship for Miss Fatima Bala, a visually impaired student from Adisa Raji Special School. Additional humanitarian support. Qatar Charity has also provided 150 modern housing units for the internally displaced persons' families in Gandhi, Raba local government area of Sokoto State. Other support for visually impaired eye care services. The Sokoto State Zakat and Endowment Commission, in collaboration with Qatar Charity Foundation and the Future Leaders, has provided free eye treatments and surgeries to thousands of patients in the state. Regional impact. Similar distributions of digital Braille Qur'ans have been conducted by Qatar Charity in other states, including Yobe and Kano, to support Nigerian visually impaired. These efforts are aimed at encouraging inclusivity and improving the standard of living for people with special needs in the state. The event is coming to you live on NTA Network from Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. It is from the premises of the Government House, Sokoto. And it is the distribution of Braille Quran and the white canes to the blind and visually impaired persons. Now, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, is being invited for his address and official flag-off of the distribution exercise.
Thank you, and be seated, please. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. Your Excellency, my brother and a friend, the Deputy Governor of Sokoto State, Excellency Idris Muhammad Gobir, Mr. Speaker of the Sokoto State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Tukurbala Bodenga, and other legislative members here present, representative of the Chief Judge, and the representative of the Grand Kadi, representative of His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, and the President General, Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, honorable commissioners and members of the State Executive Council, SSG, Head of Service and Chief of Staff, Government House Sokoto, Special Advisors and Senior Special Assistants, Heads of Security Agencies, Heads of Federal and State Government parastatals, our party elders in the state. I have seen Senator Salihu Bakoy Sabon Birni and Ambassador Abakar Shehu Wurno, representative of Qatar Foundation, Malam Mujahid Abakar, our respected traditional leaders, Islamic scholars, people living with disabilities, blind students from Abdul Rashid Adi Saraji Special Schools, members of the press, peace be upon you all. I warmly welcome the humanitarian intervention of the Qatar Charity Foundation in support of blind and visually impaired persons in Sokoto State through the donation of Braille Qur'ans and what Ken's aims of improving learning, mobility, and social inclusion. Distinguished audience, this event is jointly sponsored by Sokoto State Government and Qatar Foundation from Qatari government, during which all the 450 beneficiaries would be provided with Braille Quran, 50 kg of rice, 50,000 naira each, and a walking stick. The gesture is in line with the state government commitments towards promoting the welfare, education, and empowerment of persons living with disability, especially the blind and visually impaired community across the state. Distinguished audience, I want you to note that the provision of the Qur'ans will greatly enhance Islamic education and the spiritual development among visually impaired persons, while the distribution of the word cans will improve their mobility, confidence, and independent living. I commend the foundation who is standing compassion and support to vulnerable members of society and ensure continued partnership with development and charitable organizations working towards improving the lives of persons with disability in Sokoto State. Ladies and gentlemen, since we came on board, we have introduced several programs aimed at improving the welfare and well-being of physically challenged persons in the state. And these include the distribution of 1,000 hand cycles to physically challenged persons, the distribution of food items and cash assistance to physically challenged persons to encourage self-reliance, the restoration and the upward review of the monthly allowances for physically challenged persons from 6,500 to 10,000 naira each. So far, 6,679 registered physically challenged persons are benefiting from these monthly allowances. The donation of a brand new 18-seater bus to people with disability in the state, and the provision of textile materials to physically challenged persons during Eid al-Fitr, as well as establishment of Ramadan feeding centers for people with disability across 23 local government areas of the state. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in furtherance of our commitment to supporting and encouraging special education in the state, the government will soon embark on general renovation and equipping of Abdurrashid Addi Saraji Special School here in the States. Similarly, the state government will also build another special school specifically for blind and visually children in the state, so as to give them a special attention they deserve. I would like also to use this opportunity to call on the well-meaning individual among us to complement government's efforts towards ensuring an educated and empowered physically challenged population in the state. This can be achieved by sponsoring some of them to study various courses in the nation's higher institutions. Before I conclude, let me sincerely thank our dear President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for all that he is doing to reposition this country through the Renew Hope agenda. Sir, we are with you and will continue to support your laudable initiative for the benefit of Nigerians. Thank you and wassalamu alaikum. Allah sa mu gama lafiya. Mai girma mataimakin gwamnan jihar Sokoto, kakakin majalisar dokoki na jiha, wakilin mai alfarma sarkin musulmi, kwamishinoni da masu ba da shawara, iyayen ƙasa, malaman addini, sauran jama'ar da ke nan, musamman wakilin Qatar Foundation, dukkaninmu baki da ina ce muna amincin Allah ya tabbata a gare mu. Ina farawa da sunan Allah mai jin kai mai rahama, mai wanda ya so a lokacin da ya so, kuma ga wanda ya so, ko wani ya so ko kuma bai so ba, wanda cikin yadda ta da amincewa ta yasa yau wannan rana mai ɗimbin tarihi na tsaya a gabanku domin ƙaddamar da wannan shiri wanda gwamnatin jihar Sokoto da kuma haɗin gwiwa da Qatar Foundation suke gudanarwa a wannan rana. Kamar yadda bayani ya gabata, tun daga mai ba da shawara akan waɗannan bayan Allah masu lura ta musamman, har ga sakataren gwamnati, kuma har ga wakilin Qatar Foundation watan Mujahid Abubakar, ya yi nuni da cewa wannan hukuma ta Qatar Foundation ta daɗe tana aiwatar da ayyukan alheri a faɗin wannan jiha tamu mai albarka. Ba ko shakka, kamar yadda ka faɗi kullum, da niyya ka yi shi don Allah kuma ka bari don Allah. In dai har niyyar ka tsarkaka ce kuma kana yi don Allah, kada ka yi jira ko ka yi dubi a yabe ka. Ka tsarkake niyyar ka yi roƙon Allah shi karɓi abin da kake yi. Ko da wani bai gani ba, tabbas shi ma wani zai gani. Cikin yadda Allah, yau wannan Qatar Foundation ta nuna a zahiri cewa tana da masaniya da abin da gwamnatin jihar Sokoto take yi domin taimakawa musamman 'yan uwa masu lura ta musamman, marasa galihu, zaurin ne da kuma sauran mutane waɗanda ba su da ƙarfi a cikin al'umma. ina son a wannan gaba in yi godiya ta musamman ga Qatar Foundation ta hanyar wakilinta Mujahid Abubakar. Ina da masaniya kwarai irin gudunmuwar da kuke basuwa ga sallah na taimaka ma marayu da kuma waɗanda ba su da ƙarfi. Ina da cikakken masaniya na irin taimakon da kuke basuwa a wannan lokaci da ke ƙarasowa, wato lokacin da ake yin layya. Mukan karɓi taimako daga gare ku na maraƙaye lungu da saƙo a faɗin wannan jiha. A wannan gaba kuma yau an kawo wannan taimako wanda zai sa kusan mutum 450 za su amfana. Kamar da bayani ya gabata, wannan na farko dai za a bayar da alkur'ani. Wannan alkur'ani yakan ba da dama ga 'yan uwanmu masu lalura ta musamman su yi amfani da shi kuma su yi karatu daidai da kowa wanda ke da idanu ke iya amfani da alkur'ani ya yi karatu. Wannan ba ƙaramar hikima ba ce. Haka kuma wannan sanda da ake faɗa ba sanda ce wadda ake kallowa akan titi ko ku akan kone ice ba. Wata sanda ce wadda zamani ya kawo wadda ke ɗauke da wani sabon technology wanda idan waɗannan bayan Allah suka riƙa ta suka so tafiya, idan za su kabri wani abu ko suka kauce ma hanya zai ba su wani alam wanda ke nuna musu cewa su dawo akan hanya. Alhalin gaskiya wannan abin kulawa ne kuma wannan abu ne wanda ya dace kwarai da gaske. To ga alkurani an basuwa kuma ga wannan sanda ta musamman, amma kuma dukkanin waɗannan ba su haruwa sai ciki ya ɗauka. A dalilin haka ne muka ga ya dace kowane mutum ɗaya mu bi shi da buhun shinkafa na keji 50 kuma ba shi kuɗi 50,000 domin gyaran wannan abinci.
Sannan ita ke kawar da jarfa, wando tilan da ya gane safa, mata sai su yi adon atamfa, zinari tana gaban atarfa.
DG ka gani ya kasa wakilin Qatar ya fara kirka da kai, to ka dakatar shi kashe kai ga rayawa. 'Yan uwana maza da mata, tun lokacin da Allah ya ba mu jagorancin wannan jiha mai albarka, mun yi abubuwa da dama domin ganin cewa mun inganta jin daɗin waɗannan bayan Allah masu lalura ta musamman. Tashi na farko mun ba da damar sawo kekuna waɗanda ake amfani da su a tuƙa ta hannu domin raba ma waɗannan bayan Allah. Haka kuma kamar yadda muka sani mun ci gaba da ba su nau'i na abinci domin su ma su kore ma kansu a yawace domin inganta rayuwarsu. Kamar da muka sani lokacin da Allah ya bamu wannan jagoranci mun tarar da cewa kuɗin da ake ba waɗannan bayan Allah na wata-wata kimanin 6,500 an yi wata 12 ba tare da an ba su waɗannan kuɗi ba. Amma Allah ya taimake mu tun lokacin da muka samu wannan jagoranci da ɗaya rana ba wani wata wanda ba a biya waɗannan kuɗi ba. Ba shi ne abin burgewa ba, mun ɗaga darajar waɗannan kuɗi daga 6,500 zuwa 10,000 a kowane wata. A wannan gaba ina shaida mutane cewa kimanin mutum 6,679 ke unhwana da wannan shiri a wannan jiha tamu mai albarka. Haka kuma mun ba da kyautar mota mai wurin zama kusan 18 sabuwa hul domin jin daɗin waɗannan bayan Allah. Haka kuma duk lokacin sallah muka yi hoɓɓasa ta hanyar musu ɗinkin sallah. Haka kuma muka tabbatar da cewa wannan an yi shi ne a kowace ƙaramar hukuma. Lokacin azumi kuma mukan buɗe musu santoci domin buɗin baki a wannan jihar tamu mai albarka. 'Yan uwana al'ummar jihar Sokoto, kamar yadda muka sani ba wani ilimi wanda ake iya ingantawa babu kyautatuwar muhalli. A bisa ga haka ne muka yanke shawarar cewa kwanan nan za mu fara gyara na gaba ɗaya da inganta wannan makaranta ta Abdulrashid Hadisa Raji da ke wannan jiha tamu ta Sokoto. Haka kuma za mu tabbatar da cewa mun yi wata makaranta ta daban domin mu san cewa an sake koya wasu abubuwa domin inganta ilimi na waɗannan bayan Allah masu lalura ta musamman. A wannan gaba ina kira ga al'ummanmu musamman wanda Allah uhace ma su shigo su baya domin taimaka mu ƙoƙarin gwamnati na tabbatar da cewa waɗannan bayan Allah sun yi karatu kuma sun samu yin karatu a manyan makarantar mu na ƙasa baki ɗaya. Kafin in kammala wannan jawabi ina mai girgiza ta musamman ga mai girma shugaban ƙasa Asuwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu ga irin gudunmuwar da yake basuwa da kuma jajirtaccen ilimi, jajirtaccen inganci na gudanar da mulki a wannan jiha tamu mai albarka na wannan shiri nashi na Renewal Agenda. Mai girma shugaban ƙasa muna tare da kai, muna aiki da kai, kuma tabbatar da cewa a jihar Sokoto insha Allahu mun shirya tsaf domin maimaita zaɓenka da yadda Allah. DG na ne ma kyauta, amma tun da kasa mataimaki na raya babu kyauta. Ina ƙara godiya ta musamman ga Qatar Foundation, kuma ina kira ga waɗanda za su amfana da wannan shiri su dibi girman Allah su yi amfani da wannan shiri. Kuma na tabbatar muku da cewa shirye muke mu haɗa kai da kuma tabbatar da cewa gwamnatin jihar Sokoto ta aiki kafaɗa da Qatar Foundation domin kawo ci gaba da inganta rayuwar al'ummar jihar Sokoto. Da wannan jawabi da ni ina mai kaddamar da wannan shiri da suna Allah mai jin kai mai rahama.
That was addressed by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmed Ali Sokoto FCNA, PhD, who spoke extensively on the performances of his administration to the vulnerable groups and the people living with disabilities across the state, and officially flagged off the distribution exercise of this Quran, a digital Braille Quran, and white canes to the blind and the visually impaired people across Sokoto State. Copies of digital Braille Qur'ans are to be distributed to the beneficiaries, including white cans and food stuff, a bag of 50 kilograms of rice, including 50,000 naira cash to the beneficiaries. This event is the second of its kind, after the first one performed by Qatar Foundation in Sokoto State in 2019 at Hadisa Raji Special School for the Handicapped. Foundation came with several interventions and support to Sokoto State for about 7 to 8 years ago. Qatar Foundation has been here. They constructed 150 modern houses to the internally displaced persons in Gandhi, Rabah local government, and have been supporting the families of those IDPs with stipend on monthly basis for their upkeep and welfare. The governor is now going around exchanging pleasantries with the beneficiaries, the district heads, the village heads, and the ulama who are around here. Immediately after this exchange of pleasantries, the governor is expected to symbolically flag up the distribution exercise. The event is coming to life on NTA Network from the government house, Sokoto, the seat of the caliphate. Government of Sokoto State has been doing a lot to the vulnerable groups and the persons living with disabilities to see that they are being carried along, and part of the government effort to ensure inclusivity of all sectors of the society across the state. Bags of foodstuff are being arranged for onward distribution alongside cash stipend to the blind and visually impaired persons. Beneficiaries are 400 in number. After the symbolical flag off of the distribution is supposed and expected to continue until each of the beneficiary is being attended to as planned by Qatar Foundation and the Sokoto State government. Actively supported visually impaired persons in Sokoto State through the distribution of digital Braille Qur'ans and other humanitarian aids. The initiative is part of a broader commitment by the Foundation to support the welfare and education of visually impaired persons in northwest Nigeria.
Shi zan fara ki kira masu kekuna ki kira su da ma kekuna da stick da sanda da kekuna sanda sarki makayi na yawa
Interventions in Sokoto include digital Braille Quran distribution. In May 2019, Qatar Charity distributed 100 copies of digital Braille Quran to visually impaired persons, with beneficiaries spanning Kebbi, Sokoto, and Zamfara states. Target audience: the donation targeted members of the visually impaired community, including students, to enhance their learning and Quranic recitation. Key figures involved: the distribution event was presided over by the then Sokoto State Deputy Governor at the Adisaraji Special School for the Handicapped. Support for individuals. During the distribution, the Executive Secretary of Qatar Charity Foundation announced a scholarship for Mrs. Fatima Bala, a visually impaired student from Adisaraji Special School. Additional humanitarian support. Qatar Charity has also provided 150 modern housing units for the internally displaced persons' families in Gandhi Rabba local government area of Sokoto State. Other support for visually impaired: eye care services. The Sokoto State Zakat and Endowment Commission, in collaboration with Qatar Charity and the Future Leaders, has provided free eye treatments and surgeries to thousands of patients in the state.
At this juncture, I would like to most respectfully invite His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Ahmed Ali Sokoto, to come forward and present manual wheelchair, electric wheelchair, as well as white cane to 3 blind persons. Your Excellency, sir.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, is being now officially invited to come and symbolically make presentation to some of the beneficiaries of this gesture. It is going to be the presentation of digital Braille Quran copies, wheelchairs, and white canes, as well as a bag of rice and 50,000 naira cash to the beneficiaries. The regional impact of this gesture is the distribution of digital Braille Quran copies by the Qatar Charity in other states, including Yobe and Kano, to support Nigerian visually impaired communities. These efforts are aimed at encouraging inclusivity and improving the standard of living for people with special needs in the state.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, a madadin mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto, nake tsaye wannan wuri domin in gabatar da wannan kyaututtuka da aka shirya tsakanin Qatar Foundation da kuma gwamnatin jihar Sokoto don a taimaka ma masu lalura ta musamman yan uwanmu domin ya zama sauki ga gudanar da rayuwarsu bangaren karatun addinin musulunci. Wannan alkur'ani ne wanda yake su digital Qur'an, ya zo da abubuwa na musamman da komi da cazarsa da speaker domin duk wanda yake da lalura ta musamman in yana karatunsa zai taimaka mishi wajen wannan karatu. Sannan na biyu, da wannan kujeru kuma da za mu kaddamar a madadin mai girma gwamna na electric wheelchair, wanda duk wanda ke wannan wuri ya ji kudin wannan kujera guda kusan dala 2,500, kimanin kudi naira miliyan 3.5 ko miliyan 4 a take su kaga. Sannan ga kuma ainihin stick, walking stick, wanda shi ma za a ba masu nanura ta gani, wanda ke taimaka musu kamar yadda mai girma gwamna ya bayani. In mutum zai je ya kauce ma hanya ko zai bige wani abu, wannan ice zai taimaka mishi. Sannan ga abinci, buhun shinkawa da kuma naira 50,000 wanda gwamnatin jihar Sokoto ta bada domin tallafa ma waɗannan mutane ya zama sun samu wannan taimako cikakke don gudanar da rayuwarsu. So a madadin mai girma gwamna ina ba da wannan alkur'ani da wannan dan uwa namu mai nanura ta musamman don ingantar da rayuwarsa. Assalamu alaikum.
Presentation there by the Sokoto State Deputy Governor Idris Muhammad Gobir on behalf of the State Governor.
Da kuma shinkafa wanda mai girma gwamnati bada don taimaka muku, so ubangiji Allah shi taimaka a nan amin. Zan matso wannan zonar yan uwa tamu ita ma ga wannan alkur'ani da Qatar Foundation Hajja Zainab rike gashi ta bada don taimakawa yawa, sannan ga shinkafa da mai girma gwamna ya bada shi ma don taimakawa, sannan ga kuɗi 50,000 domin gudanar da al'amura. Sarkin makahi ga wannan sanda tako ta musamman wadda aka bada Qatar Foundation don gudanar da al'amuran yau da kullum, za ta zama ita ma kamar ainihin jagora ga gudanar da wannan al'amura. Sannan ga buhun shinkafa nan kusa gare ka a baka ja, wanda shi kuma mai girma gwamna ya bada, da kuma kuɗi naira 50,000 don cewa ne ga gidan sandar ɗin kan naɗe. So wannan shine taimako ga alƙur'ani, shi kuma na Qatar Foundation sarkin yawwa. So ubangiji Allah shi taimaka, muna godiya.
Mun gode ƙwarai, Allah ya taimake ka, mun gode. Yanzu kuma za mu ci gaba da gayyatar manyan shugabanni domin su zo su ba da wannan ƙur'ani na musamman da wannan sanda da kuma abinci da kuma kuɗi. A daidai wannan lokaci zan gayyato mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto tare da rakiyar wakilin mai alfama sarki musulmi domin ya zo ya ba da wannan ƙur'ani na musamman da sanda da abinci da kuma naira 50,000. Ina waɗanda za a ba? Ga suna, ku ja da
The governor of Sokoto State is being invited to make presentations here to some of the beneficiaries of this gesture. It is the distribution of the digital Braille Quran copies, white cans, food items, and other accessories to the blind and the visually impaired persons in Sokoto State, courtesy of Qatar Charity Foundation in collaboration with Sokoto State government.
Please use it. Use the stick, working stick very well, and use the Quran daily. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Ni sunan ki? A watan da to malama Aminatu a madadin mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto da kungiyar Qatar Foundation ina mai farin ciki tare da gode musu da farin cikin mika miki wannan Qur'ani mai girma da sanda ta tafiya da naira 50,000 na gadan.
The representative of His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, the Galadimangari Al-Hajj Aliyu Attahiru, making presentation there on behalf of His Eminence.
Yanzu kuma zan gaito kakakin majalisar dokokin jihar Sokoto domin ya zo shi ma ya bada da kuma ambassador Abubakar Shehu Wunno shi ma muna gaita shi. Speaker of Sokoto South Assembly and Ambassador Shehu Wunno, please, you are invited to present Prayer Quran white cane, a sack of rice, and 50,000 naira to these beneficiaries.
The Speaker of Sokoto State House of Assembly, Tukur Bala Bodinga, and Ambassador Urno are being invited to make a presentation to some of the beneficiaries at this important event, which is historic, coming to life on NTA Network from premises of Government House, Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate.
Taimakon al'umma ina mai farin cikin miƙa miki wannan alkur'ani da kuma sanda ta tafiya da buhun gumi da kuma kuɗi naira 50,000 haɗaka ta Qatar Foundation da kuma gwamnatin jihar Sokoto domin a yi karatu da abinci. Ubangiji Allah ya saka wa mai girma gwamna da alheri kuma Allah ya sa ya da su lafiya. Abuja. Assalamu alaikum.
Say now, Speaker Abasoko.
Malama Zainab a madadin gwamnan talakawa, gwamnan Ahmad Aliyu sako tare da Qatar Foundation ina mai miƙa miki alkur'ani mai girma da sanda ta tafiya da buhun gumi ɗaya da kuma kuɗi naira 50,000 domin a yi amfani da su da sandar tahiya. Allah ya yi jagora da mai girma gwamna, Allah shi biya ka, Allah ya maka jagora, Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
Ranka da His Excellency Ambassador Shehu yawa ga alfaharin gwamnan Sokoto Attayar Ahmad Sibawa domin sa Allah da baiwa Attayar Ahmad Sibawa da baba al'umma ban yi da kowa Attayar Ahmad Sibawa shehi duniya da baiwa Attayar Ahmad Sibawa أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ليش نحكي ويا الله أشيبكم تو الحمد لله أشيبي madadin mai girma gwamnan Sokoto His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Aliyu gwamnan talaka wanda ke kula da ku ya ce a baku wannan tallafi ta hannun tallafa ita kan kungiyar Qatar kasar Qatar don Qur'ani da sanda da shinkafa da kuma 50,000 don ashiri ya ba ku sinu saboda Allah kuma da shi mutu rayuwarku ina fata Allah ya sa a bishin wahale ku ga Qur'ani ga 50,000 to rike nan ga hannun ki rike yau rike ga hannun ki to shi ke to ga sanda to alhamdulillah da girma gwamna Allah ya saka maka da alheri Allah shi biya ka assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ambassador Shehu Abubakar Wurno there making presentation at this historic event coming to life on NTA Network from Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم a madadin mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto tare da haɗin gwiwar Qatar Charity Foundation ina mai farin ciki da kuma murnar gabatar da wannan kyauta da mutuntawa da karramawa ta wannan alkur'ani mai girma zuwa gare ka da kuma kyauta daga gwamnatin jihar Sokoto ta kudi naira 50,000 tare da kuma sanda wadda za ta taimaka maka a wurin ƙarin inganta tafiyarka da kuma ƙari na buhun shinkafa duka daga mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto tare da haɗin gwiwar a Qatar Foundation. Muna roƙon Allah madaukakin sarki ya amfanar suwa kuma Allah ya saka wa mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto da alkhairi. Ubangiji Allah ya ƙara ɗaukaka jihar Sokoto da kuma wannan kasar tamu gabaki daya. Muna yi muku fata alkhairi gaba ɗayanku da fatan Allah ya muku jagora. Assalamu alaikum.
Representative of the State Chief Judge, Justice Abubakar Adamu, making presentation there at this occasion. The distribution of digital Braille Quran copies, white canes, a bag of 50 kilograms of rice, 50,000 naira cash to the beneficiaries.
Ya sunanta? Radia? Malba Radia, bismillah. Sai ayi godiya.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أمدادين dukkanin ɗaliban makarantar A.A. Special School Sokoto da dukkanin masu lalura ta musamman muna miƙa godiyanmu so miliyan a tara da miliyan ka a tsaya lissafi a wahala don haka muna miƙa godiyanmu mara adadi zuwa ga mai girma gwamna ubangiji Allah ya saka mai da alkhairi irin kular da ya kai da mu ya har ya kayyuma Allah ka taimake shi ya Allahu Allah ka ruha mai asiri ya Allahu Allah ka aza shi bisa ga hanya madaidaiciya ya wadda Allah ubangiji ka bashi ikon sauke nauyi wanda a bisa kai nai ya har ya kayyuma abinda da ya ba Allah ka yi mai ya wadda Allah ka sa yayi karo na biyu in ma ana abin da ya har ya kayyuma Allah ka sa yayi Allah ka sa ya kara kulawa da mu muna godiya sosai da duk wanda a tare da shi Allah ka game mu da shi cikin falo na aljanna firdausu da garin sa
kuma sai masaraki bismillah karbo.
Vote of thanks there by a female beneficiary on behalf of the beneficiaries from Abdurrashid Adis Raji Special School for the handicap. And there's now Sarkin Makafi making his vote of thanks here.
Mai girma gwamna Dr. Ali Sokoto da roƙon Allah ke sa shiga da Ahmadu wanda ya gadi alu. Mai girma gwamna Allah kai maka jagora duk abubuwan da aka yi na alheri alhamdulillah wakilanka babu gara ga sakon da ake ba su yana isowa Allah ya biya ka. Kira ga masu bukata ta musamman na jihar Sokoto wanda bai da katin ƙuri'a idan yana so ya nuna soyayya ta ga mai girma gwamna shi je shi yanki katin ƙuri'a babu wani abin da za ka wa gwamna ka taimake shi bayan addu'a wallahi sai katin nan in baka da katin zaɓe baka da amfani gare mu ɗiyanmu da matanmu da masoyanmu ku je ku yanki katin ƙuri'a domin shi ne abin da za mu saka ma mai girma gwamna da shi bisa ga irin abubuwan da ke muna alheri mai girma gwamna sarakunan makafin Najeriya na godiya suna tuna maka addu'ar da sun rubuto za a yi ana Sokoto Allah ya baka iko ya buɗe zuciyar kai sa ma ƙarfin goyon ba da dama a yi wannan taro domin ƙara yi maka addu'a kamar yadda muka saba Allah shi ma sa kaya da aljanna Allah ya taimaki Fatima First Lady yadda take taimakon mu tsakani da Allah ranar da zai da Fatima ta wakilce ka yadda Alu ya heka Fatima Alu ma ya ta dauki jini ne ta dauki gado Allah ya taimake ka miliyan 12 ta babu wannan wuri ran nan kowa ta yi da farin ciki Allah ka biya First Lady muna roƙo a bada dama in gwamna ya gama ta yi nawa biyu a ba Fatima shekara 4 don Allah
ajiya Fatima Ahmad Ahmad aji da talakawa
In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, our digital governor, people with disability friendly governor, and my father, the Speaker House of Representatives, Sokoto State, another father of mine, SSG of the state, our chief of staff,
my father, Commissioner for Local Government, and the other respected dignitaries present here. Please forgive me, sir. My father, the Deputy Governor of Sokoto State, you have been doing wonderfully well for people with disability, and that is appreciated. Well, Your Excellency, all I have to say has already been said by my colleague here. As I have often said, since ever you come to power, it's like you have no any other business than helping people with disabilities. We must appreciate you, and in appreciation once again, we have organized different types of activities to support you and to ensure that you go back by God's grace. We organize a solidarity work from our disabled center to Government House in order to support your second term and also to re-endorse you. Already we endorse you before now. And Your Excellency, I want to use the medium also to call on you to help us. Our election, the election of Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities is approaching. We want you, sir, to help us so that we can be able to conduct the election, financially. And once again, sir, I want to assure you that we have been mobilizing our people, and we have been taking them to INEC to ensure that each and every one of them get their PVC, and purposely for you. We must pay the kind of gesture you have been demonstrated to people with disability. And once again, sir, and I want to use the opportunity to thank His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that since ever he too come to power, he has been doing a lot of things to support and improve the life of people with disability in Nigeria. I know he appointed SSA to the President on disabled matter. You also fully funded our National Commission, which has been actively helping people with disability in different aspects of life. So we must thank him and assure him also our support. I want to use the opportunity also to endorse him. We endorse our Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we will come back at Abuja by God's grace to show that our solidarity to him. May Your Excellency, as a matter of fact, the vehicle I am using has become an obsolete. It is the one that His Excellency, our former Governor of Sokoto State, the current Senator of Sokoto State, give me out of his gesture. So I want you to help me with another vehicle, sir, so that I can be able to be going up and down and also to support my activities. Thank you very much.
Mun gode kwarai ji, mai girma gwamna sauran shugabanni da biki na wannan kayayyaki gaba da bayan Allah. Zan sake to mai girma wakilin alƙalin ɗan Sokoto domin ya zo ya taimaka a gurguje. Sa? Banza. Gama al'ahiya, dan mara da kare ka di tsoro. Ya yi DJ dakata. Ina a kan kula ba dan sako ne zan isuwa. Ya sunan shi? A wancan da ya yi jami'in gode. a'a shi ne ka san aidan mai sako akwai sako da mai girma gwamna kayan roƙo kuma Allah ya ji kukanka sakonka ya karɓu mai girma gwamna ya alƙawari ya baka mashin da ka roƙa lokaci gaba da samu kai zirga-zirga ka gudanar da rayukan kan harkokinka da yau da kullum sai kai ƙara guda gobe mun gode yanzu kuma sai jawabin gobe yanzu kuma sai rufe tare da addu'a kar mu kallon bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Wa rahma Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin wa barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita wa barakta wa rahimta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidul Majid. Ya Allah muna roƙonka ubangiji Allah waɗannan mutane da suka yi wannan al'amari ubangiji Allah ka ƙara taimakon su. Allah ka shige musu gaba. Allah ka ƙara kasu ƙarfin gwiwa gudanar da abubuwan da suka aikatawa ubangiji Allah ka biya su ka yi musu jagora ubangiji Allah ka ba mu lafiya da zaman lafiya da gamawa lafiya wannan damana tamu da ke kusantowa ubangiji Allah muna roƙonka Allah ka ba mu damana albarka Allah ka gafarta mana ka yafuta mana zunubanmu ubangiji Allah ka yafe mana kurakuran mu Allah ka isa mu daga abin da ba mu son wannan shugaba da ka azurta mu da shi ubangiji Allah ka ƙara ba shi ƙarfin gwiwa gudanar da mulki namu ubangiji Allah ka ƙara ba shi ƙarfin gwiwa gudanar da ubangiji Allah ka ƙara ba shi gudanar da wannan mulki da yake ubangiji Allah ka taimake shi Allah ka kama shi Allah ka ƙara ma uban shi lafiya ubangiji Allah sarkin musulmi ubangiji Allah ka ƙara mishi lafiya Allah ka ba mu lafiya da zaman lafiya da gama lafiya da jahi suratul fatihatul kitab bismillahir rahmanir rahim alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Closing prayer there by the representative of the State Grand Kadi, Kadi Mustafa Yahya. Viewers, this brings us to the end of this program, coming to you live on NTA Network from Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. On behalf of the production team, the crew, the producer, Munayat Ibrahim Adamu, the supervisor, Asma Habibu Shagali, my co-commentator, Nana Aisha Mahmoud, I'm Dalhatu Abdullah Saifel Maguli, thanking you for being with us all this while, and saying bye for now.
Hello and welcome to the news on NTA International. I am Frama Pani and Precious Uzomena is a sign language interpreter. And let's begin with the headlines. Kigali hosts annual Africa CEO conference as leaders urge bold action to harness continent's competitive edge. China and U.S. hold direct talks and commit to positive diplomacy and trade cooperation. And Nigeria wins international backing to expand rural road networks. The annual Africa CEO Forum has opened in Kigali with leaders calling for determination to leverage the competitive advantage in Africa to fast-track the desired development of the continent. State House correspondent Musbawi and Wahab reports that it was a situation of convergence of interest by the leaders from both public and private sectors to facilitate a better state for Africa on the global stage.
President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
President Bola Tinubu was one of the leaders selected as special guest on this stage, where about 2,800 participants gathered for issues of concern.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats. We're about to start.
Fresh from the renewed determination in Nairobi for self-development in Africa, these leaders on another platform in Kigali are interrogating the reality on the continent.
So why is Africa always at a disadvantage?
It is a rhetorical question in view of the enormous resources, including the human capital in abundance in the region, vis-a-vis the reality of underdevelopment, backwardness, and in some cases instability in parts of the continent. While the answers may not be far-fetched, the private community is taking up the responsibility of proffering solutions.
Africa does not lack ambition. What it has lacked is coordinated execution at scale. The next decade will not be defined by detached progress, but by system-level transformation. The question is no longer whether Africa can grow. It is whether Africa can grow as one integrated economic system.
Going forward, the Africa CEOs are suggesting scaling up investment and intention to rewrite failures of the past and avoid the future ones.
The talent is here, the capital exists, the ambition in this room is undeniable. What has been missing is execution at scale. The kind of scale that turned energy into factories, factories into jobs, and local enterprises into continental champions. This decade must be the one where Africa stops exporting its potential and starts delivering its performance.
They believe Africa must rise with determination to turn around the situation with right policies, aggressive infrastructural development, and purposeful value addition to its resources for the benefit of the people of the continent and the world.
The CEOs and other Africans, I think we need to give ourselves value of some kind. We can't just be people who are waiting to be ripped off by somebody who is shrewd enough and has the power to come. No, we must be able to say no.
The key word is to leverage the potential and capacity on the continent for its advantage. From Kigali, Musbah, then Wahab, NC News.
For the first time in 3 years, the leadership of the United States and that of China had a direct face-to-face talk focusing on diplomacy, trade and global security. This happened during the 2-day state visit of President Donald Trump to Beijing. The report. These are two global economic leaders, Xi Jinping of China and President Donald Trump of the United States. Trump and his entourage arrived Beijing for the first time since his re-election 3 years ago. Their meeting is not about whining and dining alone, but frankly discussions on the social and economic partnership of the two nations. The visiting Donald Trump held what he described as extremely positive talks with his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping.
Thank you again, President Xi, for this beautiful welcome. And tonight it is my honor to extend an invitation to you and Madam Peng to visit us at the White House this September 24th.
She said China's advancement could go hand in hand with Making America Great Again, a direct reference to Trump's signature political slogan. However, Xi also warned Trump earlier that missteps by the United States on Taiwan could push their two countries into conflict. Washington and Beijing have long clashed on a wide range of issues including trade, technology, and Taiwan, the self-ruled island that is claimed by China. Ties have been complicated further since the United States and Israel launched the war with Iran, which has relied on China as its top buyer of oil on February 28. Friday's schedule will involve further talks between the two top leaders as well as tea reception before Trump boards Air Force One for his flight back to Washington. And Britain's Health Minister Wes Streeton announced that he is stepping down his position, paving the way for a potential leadership challenge against embattled Prime Minister Keir Starmer. In his resignation letter to the Prime Minister, which Streeton posted on X, he said he had lost confidence in Starmer's leadership and it is now clear that you will not lead the Labour Party into the next general election. Meanwhile, Latvia's Prime Minister Vika Selina resigned Thursday after a key party in her coalition withdrew support in a row over Ukrainian drones that strayed into the Baltic nation. The drones were on an attack mission across the border in Russia, and Ukraine said they crashed to Latvian territory on May 7 after being electronically diverted by the Russian military. Sports formally resigned on Monday, and Selina proposed a military officer as his replacement, but the Progressive Party rejected him. Their withdrawal left her government with just 41 seats in the 100-seat parliament, and opposition parties said they will call a vote of confidence just 5 months out from legislative elections. And BRICS nations, including Iran and Russia, meet in New Delhi, India, amid global economic crisis and trade. The report says the war in Iran and related fuel crises are dominating discussions in the two-day gathering. India is hosting foreign ministers from the expanded BRICS member nations that now includes Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Among the foreign ministers attending were Iran's Abbas Araghchi and Russia's Sergei Lavrov. Ongoing conflicts, economic uncertainties, and challenges in trade, technology are expected to dominate the two-day meeting. India's foreign ministry said talks will focus on global and regional issues of mutual interest. BRICS was created in 2009 as a forum for major emerging economies seeking greater influence in institutions dominated by Western powers. The grouping, originally comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, has since expanded as members sought to boost the bloc's global political and economic influence. It now includes Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, and the United Arab Emirates. The population of Nigerian pilgrims in the holy city of Mecca in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has continued to surge following a lineup of religious activities ahead of them. Correspondent Abubakar Akwanga reports.
The number of Nahum across lodges from the city of Medina to the holy city of Mecca is currently gathering momentum across lodges in the holy city as Nahum officials and that of State Welfare Board of Pilgrims are working round the clock to ensure that they settle as quickly as possible ahead of a series of religious activities ahead of them.
You cannot have intention outside the miqat. Miqat is the starting point of any pilgrim.
It is gradually getting close to that phase of the Hajj exercise that pilgrims are eager to perform Umrah, the lesser Hajj, and their arrival in Mecca, the city of the Grand Mosque, is becoming overwhelming. A visit to some of the lodges clearly confirmed that there is now a great surge on the number of those who have arrived from Medina preparatory to perform religious activities as sanctioned by the Hajj tradition. As the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, in collaboration with State Pilgrims Board's sustained commitment for better welfare, the pilgrims are in high spirit to have a direct interface with the House of Allah, the Holy Kaaba.
And we are here not to pray for ourselves alone, but to pray for Nigerians. Okay. There are many pilgrims that come to Hajj, like myself, several times without having assessment to Rauda. But now it is very easy. Despite that, we need more efforts.
Okay. We must commend NACON for doing a wonderful job.
NACO officials, we have been always working together. Very nice, very hardworking, very cooperative.
Meanwhile, different lodges have been organizing orientation for pilgrims about the do's and don'ts of Hajj operations, as well as to remain good ambassadors of the country, earliest to meet with the pilgrims at Jigawa and Oyo states in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. From Mecca, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Abubakar Akwanga, NT News.
And now talking agriculture, Nigeria's Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project has secured renewed international support as development partners pledge to scale up efforts to improve rural roads, boost agricultural productivity and create jobs. This was during the 10th Joint World Bank-French Development Agency Implementation Support Missions in Abuja. Musa Baba Aliyu has the details.
This is the 10th supervision mission of the Nigeria World Bank and French Development Agency Rural Infrastructure Project, codenamed RAMP. The mission brought together federal and state officials, technical experts and representatives from international development agencies to review progress and plan the next phase of the program.
Today's event, therefore, provides an opportunity to review progress across the states, address implementation challenges, and further strengthen coordination, accountability, and peer-to-peer learning.
Discussions underscored the critical role of rural infrastructure in reducing poverty, enhancing food security, generating employment, and building economic resilience across Nigeria's rural areas. The mission also reviewed preparations for RAMP expansion into 7 additional states.
We have 19 participating states and the project activities are ongoing. We have so far awarded over 4,000 kilometers of rural roads in the participating state. We also are intervening in about 39 agro-logistics centers, that is agricultural markets in the participating state.
Mito Sukamoto, Chief of International Labour Organization, pledged to continue technical assistance with focus on workforce development, institutional strengthening, adherence to decent work standards in construction, and wider use of digital tools for planning and monitoring. RAMP aims to upgrade rural access routes, linking farming communities to markets, processing facilities, schools, health centers, and broader economic opportunities. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTN News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has described the forthcoming All Progressive Congress APC primaries as a critical test of the party's unity and resilience, calling on members to conduct the exercise with decorum and sportsmanship. In a statement, President Tinubu welcomed the commencement of the primaries, which begin with House of Representative aspirants on Friday and will culminate in the presidential primaries on May 25, 2026. He recalled the APC was founded on principles of progressive politics, consensus, democracy, and selflessness, noting that these values had strengthened the party through previous election cycles. The president commended ongoing efforts by party leaders to produce consensus candidates in line with the Electoral Act and the APC Constitution, describing the approach as a commendable option that could reduce acrimony. You're watching the news on NTA International. Time to take a short break. More reports right after. Please stay with us.
You have no better friend and partner than Nigeria. Let this unveiling today be a call to conscience. Let our practitioners hold the line of truth. To the media, please inform with integrity and with a deep sense of patriotism. To our public officers, communicate with transparency. To citizens, please let us speak with empathy. Let us come together to become the voice of responsibility, the voice of the world that heals division, that inspires hope, and drives development.
Thanks for staying with us. The federal government has reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to support the Renewed Hope Baby Support Program, a national human capital infrastructure initiative aimed at providing every Nigerian child with structured identity, healthcare participation, and long-term financial opportunities. Vice President Kashim Shettima disclosed this when the management team of the Northeast Development Commission, led by its Managing Director Mohammed Goni Al-Khali, presented the program execution framework at the Presidential Villa. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that the Renewed Hope Baby Support Program initiated by the Northeast Development Commission aligns with President Tinubu's declaration of 2026 as the Year of the Family and Social Protection. Vice President receives NEDC on Renewed Hope support as Vice President Shettima lauded the Commission for taking proactive steps to translate the President's vision into concrete action. The timely and strategic initiative, the Vice President said, aligns with the 3 Northeast Stabilization and Development Master Plan of having a peaceful society, healthy citizens, and an educated populace.
Structure. I know of so many roads, so many bridges that were washed away during the last rainy season that NEDC decisively intervened. But it's rightly captured in this presentation. We're having 7.6 million baht every year, and half of them are not captured in any system. So I will urge you to go and fine-tune this program in line with your mandate for a peaceful society, healthy citizens, and educated populace.
The NEDC is the North Star. There's a lot of work that has been done by the Commission. If we look at even infrastructure, if I use example, maybe a hospital or 20 hospitals are built. Beyond the numbers of the hospital, each one of those hospitals provides care. So there's a community that is benefiting, there are jobs that are being created, there are ecosystems that are being stimulated in those communities, and those are some of the things that we'll be able to sell as soft impacts.
Senior Special Assistant to the President on Regional Development and NEDC, Dr. Mariam Masha, added that the program serves as the operational mechanism to translate the President's directive, placing Nigerian families at the center of governance into measurable outcomes with a strong focus on early childhood development. And now talking education, 6 universities representing Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones are to benefit from the Sustainable Procurement, Environmental and Social Standards Enhancement Additional Financing Project aimed at strengthening institutional capacity and improving procurement standards in Nigerian institutions. Christiana Konde reports.
The project, a collaborative program of Bureau of Public Procurement, Ministries of Finance, Environment, Women, and supported by the World Bank, is designed to deepen professional competence in procurement, environmental and social safeguards across public institutions. The Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Professor Abdullah Yusuf Ribado, notes that the additional financing would expand the scope of the program, strengthen training, infrastructure, and enhance capacity of institutions to meet international standards in sustainable procurement practices.
This phase marks not only a continuation of the initiative, but also a renewed opportunity to consolidate achievements, scale impacts, and deepen sustainability measures across the participating institutions.
The additional financing is including implementation of end-to-end full-fledged electronic procurement system at the federal level initially, which will be later on rolled out in the state level.
This project has indeed achieved its set objectives, minding all the other challenges, including the buy-in and the support of our various collaborators.
Representatives of the participating institutions pledged to meet agreed performance benchmarks, ensure prudent utilization of project resources, compliance, and delivery of agreed terms.
And corruption in Nigeria continues to undermine development, making it difficult for successive governments to improve the lives of citizens. In response, civil society groups under the African Network for Environment and Economic Justice and Hajj are stepping up efforts to track and curb illicit financial flows into and out of the country. Ilyasu Eliakobu completes the report.
Fighting corruption in Nigeria goes beyond enforcement. Experts say anti-corruption agencies alone cannot achieve the desired result without the active role of civil society organizations and the media in fishing out corrupt officers. This was the consensus at the public presentation and validation of a research report on Nigeria's legal and institutional framework for tackling illicit financial flows, supported by the European Union, with key anti-corruption agencies in attendance. Executive Director of the African Network for Environment and Economic Justice, Hajj, Reverend David Egolo said, the study is designed to critically assess illicit financial flows in Nigeria and identify practical opportunities for reform, collaboration, and citizen participation.
These illicit financial flows undermine governance systems, weaken public trust, and undermine government capacity to mobilize domestic resources to implement annual budget, thereby constraining sustainable development.
We want to support the Nigerian government, particularly the various Nigerian institutions that are involved in efforts and actions against money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation financing.
It is equally important to acknowledge that sustainable progress in this area cannot be achieved through enforcement alone, and that's why we're here.
Participants agreed that addressing illicit financial flows requires a whole-of-society approach, with government institutions, civil society organizations, the media, development partners, and the private sector working together to promote accountability and transparency in governance. In Abuja, Ilyasu Aliakubu, NTA News.
The National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency has unveiled the national genomics and bioinformatics data infrastructure believed to strengthen healthcare, agriculture, and biotechnology innovation while positioning Nigeria as a key player in the global bioeconomy. Charles Alpha has the report.
Director General of the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, Professor Abdullahi Mustafa, says the initiative will establish a national genomic data repository to drive innovation in healthcare, agriculture, and biotechnology.
This infrastructure will serve as the backbone for innovation across sectors, supporting precision medicine, climate-resilient agriculture, industrial biotechnology, and environmental sustainability, while ensuring that Nigeria retains ownership and control of its genetic resources within a robust data governance framework.
He said the project became necessary due to the underrepresentation of African genomic data in global research and the need for Nigeria to harness its biological resources for development.
Repository and management infrastructure will support the actualization of Nigeria's Biogenomes project, positioning the country to generate, curate, and utilize genomic data as a national asset. Through this, Nigeria will transition from being a consumer of foreign genomic data to a producer of globally relevant biological knowledge and solution.
The initiative is expected to create jobs, support research, and position Nigeria competitively in the global bioeconomy. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Nigeria's drive to reposition its tourism and hospitality industry has received a major boost. With the induction ceremony and formal inauguration of the Hospitality and Tourism Sector Skills Council aimed at strengthening professionalism, regulation and global competitiveness within the sector. Arts and Culture correspondent Gufang Shaju Ugwai reports that the initiative aligns with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which seeks to diversify the economy through tourism, culture and the creative industry.
This event marks what stakeholders describe as a defining moment for Nigeria's tourism ecosystem, as government emphasizes the need for standards, certification, workforce development and institutional coordination.
To eliminate anything that has quack practices and unprofessional conduct, and to fish all that out, and to enhance service delivery and consumer confidence, and to align Nigeria's tourism workforce with global best practices and international competitiveness.
We are committed to making tourism a key driver of economic diversification, sustainable growth, and massive job creation.
Lives in a well-trained workforce, strong institutional partnerships, and a shared commitment to excellence.
Today, countries earn billions of dollars annually from tourism, films, music, fashion, food, festivals, heritage sites, and digital creative content. Nigeria possesses all of this in abundance.
Newly inducted personnel were urged to uphold professionalism, innovation, discipline, and customer excellence as ambassadors of the industry. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji Ugwani, NTA News.
And this is where we end the news at this time. Thank you for being a part of it. My name is Frama Panya, and Precious Ozomena has been the sign language interpreter. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome. An African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It is in this spirit that stakeholders across Nigeria's export value chain are coming together with one goal: to fix the gaps slowing down non-oil exports and unlock new opportunities for growth. Because in today's maritime economy, progress is no longer a solo journey, it is a shared voyage. On today's episode, we take you inside a round table where hard questions were asked and practical solutions put on the table. We'll also bring you updates from our supervising authority, the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Alongside our tidbit segments, your quick scan of what's shaping the maritime space globally. So, get comfortable as we go on a short break. We'll be right back.
For more than 5 decades, we have empowered and protected the interests of shippers in the nation's maritime industry. Our focus is to facilitate trade, regulate tariffs and rates, as well as handle shippers' complaints on cargo losses, damage and non-delivery. We offer dispute resolution mechanism for shipping and trade disputes between shippers and service providers. We are Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator, your gateway to a thriving maritime sector. Nigerian Shippers Council will meet you at the port of your need.
Welcome back. You're watching The Shipper, your window into Nigeria's maritime sector, where policy meets practice and conversations drive change. It is proudly brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council, the nation's port economic regulator. I am Victoria Yavala. In a bid to strengthen Nigeria's non-oil export sector, Nigerian Shippers Council has brought together key players across the export value chain to address critical challenges affecting efficiency and growth. To get the full details, Lucy Yambi has the report compiled by our correspondents.
Maritime stakeholders and government agencies converged at the headquarters of Nigerian Shippers Council in Apapa, Lagos, for a one-day National Export Efficiency Stakeholders Roundtable themed Building an Efficient Non-Oil Export Ecosystem, addressing ports, shipping and logistics challenges. The forum brought together key institutions such as the Nigeria Customs Service, Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service, Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, and National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, among others. At the heart of the discussions was the need to improve efficiency across Nigeria's export value chain. Speaking at the meeting, the Executive Secretary, Mr. Rotimi Anifowoshe, stressed the importance of collaboration and institutional synergy. He noted that sustainable growth in the non-oil export sector can only be achieved through coordinated action and stronger partnerships.
It is evident that a number of systemic challenges ranging from delay for export cargo accessing the ports, operational inefficiencies, to fragmented institutional processes continue to impede the seamless movement of export cargo. These challenges not only increase the cost of doing business, but also undermine our competitiveness in regional and global markets. As the port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council remains committed to facilitating an enabling environment for trade by promoting transparency, fairness, and efficiency in port and shipping operations. Let me assure you that we will continue to work closely with all stakeholders to ensure improved service delivery, enhanced interagency coordination, and a sustainable logistics frameworks. Distinguished participants, the task of building an efficient non-oil export ecosystem requires deliberate collaboration and sustained institutional synergy. No single entity can achieve this in isolation. The success of this initiative will depend on our collective resolve to break silos, streamline procedures, and implement outcomes from engagements such as this.
The Director, Special Duties Department, Mr. Moses Abere, represented by the Deputy Director, Synergy and Collaboration, Mrs. Ostina Ogbunaya, highlighted the need to tackle persistent challenges facing exporters. She emphasized that reducing delays and improving operational efficiency are key to unlocking the sector's full potential.
We recognize that efficient ports are the backbone of export growth. The Council is championing port automation and digital integration through the National Single Window Project. This initiative will reduce documentation delays, enhance transparency, and make our ports truly paperless in line with federal digital transformation policy. Automation also reduces human contact, minimizes cost to leakages, and ensures predictability, an essential ingredient for global trade and investor confidence. In partnership with sister agencies such as the Nigerian Ports Authority, Nigeria Customs Service, and the Export Promotion Council, we are advocating for export-dedicated terminals and better intermodal links, especially rail connectivity, to move goods swiftly from the hinterlands to seaports without spoilage or delay.
In a paper presentation titled Efficient Non-Oil Export System, logistics expert Dr. Obiora Madu outlined 5 critical pillars for an effective export system. These include corridor efficiency, port productivity, shipping connectivity, trade documentation, and access to export finance. He also proposed the establishment of a national export logistics coordination platform designed to harmonize export processes and improve national competitiveness.
They did it in Finland. The president issued an order. If you have an export challenge, there are phone numbers to call. You call those numbers, they will resolve that challenge. If they don't resolve it, they will be in trouble because the president says so. So we have gotten to a stage where we'll have to do that. What happens in Nigeria is that when oil price goes down, everybody starts shouting non-oil export. As soon as it goes up as it is now, nobody talks about it again until it comes down again. But these are things we think that we need to do. Shipping schedule alignment, coordinating vessel windows with cargo readiness. The other unit will be corridor monitoring, tracking performance on major routes. If we know the major routes through which this cargo pass to come to the port, there should be a group that is tracking it. The other one is port export performance tracking, measuring dwell times and throughput of cargo. Then the other one is container availability coordination, managing supply-demand balance of containers. Then documentation harmonization, aligning all agency requirements. The single window will help here. Then in the middle is the National Export Logistics Task Force. A coordinated national framework transforms export logistics from a fragmented set of agencies, functions into unified national competitive engine.
The event also featured a technical session with dry ports and vehicle transit areas.
The key project that Shippers Council promotes is the inland dry ports. We have in Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina as Funtua. These are some of the key projects that helps out to the inland to reduce charges. Although we have extracted so many challenges that we face with the inland movement of goods, one key issue that we're having, or the whole country is having, is the issue of rail. Rail, I think that the keynote of having a dry port without rail, we are still backwards. The Nigerian Shippers Council are working on the vehicle transit area to see all these corridors. You can see all our trucks are on the line. During Christmas period, people spend 2 days in Lokoja just to pass. So we can look at Lokoja, develop all these corridors that Nigerian Shippers Council are trying to see so that they will have a parking space. And the way it is obtained in the United States, you have an advanced parking space. Any truck on the road should move to that parking area.
The Assistant Director, Standard Services Division, Mr. Wahid Olagunju, raised concerns over extortion along transport corridors. He also called for urgent intervention to ease the movement of goods.
As a trade facilitating agency as well, we have border information centers at various borders. I was once at Semi Border. I was one in charge. At the Border Information Center, all we do there is to identify major problems along the corridor that is hindering trade. As you said, on my side, that we need to streamline the number of checking points at this corridor. So that was the day one of the controllers said, you guys are making points. He said, if you want to reduce this checking point at this corridor, as the Shippers Council has always advocated, let's get off from here. So we stood up from the meeting, everybody moved to the corridor. We start identifying those boys who keep you here. Some will tell us it's the ballet that say we collect something on their behalf. So we said it's the Okapakata. So we are able to reduce the number of checking points that very day to a minimum number.
Representing the Nigeria Customs Service, the Deputy Comptroller Administration, Apapa Area Command, Henry Eromo, said customs ensures strict compliance with the federal government policies on exports.
Nigeria Customs Service will try its best, and of course it's doing its best in terms of trying to facilitate trade because that has been given to us in our laws. Section 4D of the Nigerian Customs Act said we should promote trade facilitation. That, in all intent and purpose, and of course with the likes of what the CGC, Bashir Adewale Adeni has done for us by coordinating and ensuring that all of the processes of exports in the Lagos ports are done by one command, and of course shipment is to be done freely through these ports without customs opening containers at the respective ports, because Lily Pond is the only command that has been saddled with that responsibility. So the customs will continue to do its best even as work is in progress.
In his submission, the Controller, Nigeria Quarantine Service, Apapa Command, Controller Oruma Gawon, outlined compliance requirements for exporters.
This requirement includes you, as an exporter, to have registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, and also the Nigeria Quarantine Service. And this registration is done online and attracts payment, and the payment equally done online. When you have registered, it becomes incumbent upon you as an exporter to invite our agency for inspection, meaning after registration, the second step. These steps are to lead you to
One Kezie from the National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF, identified.
As in Lagos, we have a lot of exporter who has goods that there is a time frame, maybe perishable or something. Now you have a delay of close to 1 month before your goods is taken out. The person might develop high BP. That is why some of them decide to take their goods through illegal routes to the neighboring countries where things will get faster and then exported. Time frame in getting the necessary documents for the export can be reduced, which was actually why the single window came up, to be highly appreciated.
The representative of the Nigerian Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA, Mr. William Inya, called for continuous sensitization of exporters on export trade procedures.
We are clamoring that we need people to go into exports. One of the most important things is to ensure that we continue to